Good evening, let's try again. Good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Today we are following the Tour de France Stage 5, and this is a 33-kilometer time trial around Caen. And we're seeing the riders come thick and fast right now. We've just had a very close assault on the fastest time right now, and that was, of course, Edoardo Fini, the European champion. He sits pretty at the top of here, never taken a stage win. So we'll wait and see if today is going to be the stage that he wins. But I mean, we still got the world champion coming up. Next rider to start is Julien Philippe. He's no stranger to winning time trials. And what are we saying as well? Where is Remco in the poll? Yeah, maybe I should have put that in. Julien Philippe taking a stage in 2019 in the yellow jersey. Not quite being as strong as we maybe were hoping for after that Tour de Suisse. But he's the next rider to start right now, so we'll see what he can do. There's a lot of riders on course here. In terms of interesting TT engines, you've got Kasper Asgreen's on course. I don't think he set the times alight through that first time check. He's just passed it now. The first time check is still Luke Plapp, who has the fastest time. Luke Plapp, who I think has finished already, so didn't manage to set the fastest time at the end. Yeah, third fastest, 20 seconds down on Edoardo Fini. But Kasper Asgreen, multiple Danish national champion, been on the podium before in the European Championships as well. So we'll see what the Dane Kasper Asgreen can do here. What time? He's got 22.8 kilometers still to go here. We've got Etienne Arensman also clocking in a time of, not that quite far down, 10th in the first time check, so I don't think he's going to be troubling anything. But it is looking interesting what's going to happen now. The last time we had Julien Philippe win, is this a time trial? Was stage 3 Bristol to Bristol. That must have been a time trial stage, no? No, it wasn't. Wait, is that the last time? No, surely not. Surely not the last time. I think Pro Cycling Stats are a bit crazy because we've had a win last year from Julien Philippe, so I'm not sure what that is. But we're seeing Benjamin Thomas coming towards the finishing line. Very good tester, very good track rider, and obviously he was also part of that hilarious crash in that very hotly contested Cat 4, so we'll see what he can do as well later in the race. He's currently 9th fastest, so 9th fastest for Benjamin Thomas. Obviously, he's not going to keep that 9th place unless something happens to some of the GC riders. I don't think that's going to happen. But the top 10 at the finish, we've got Edoardo Fini leading, Bruno Amarai in second place, Ivan Romeo, the under-23 time trial champion. He's currently sitting in third place. Luke Plapp in fourth. Pablo Castrillo, the Ineos Grenadiers new boy, fifth place for him. Nils Pollard in sixth place. Raul Garcia in seventh place for Arkea. Thomas, the man who was in the breakaway yesterday, he's in 8th. Jonas Ricard in ninth. Benjamin Thomas now finds himself in 10th, so he's already been bumped down a place. Friend of the channel, Tom Skoinch and Tobias Voss, they are the next two riders to start. There's a minute and a half between the riders at this point. And I mean, Tobias Voss, former world champion as we know. Tom Skoinch, a very good time trialist in terms of winning his home championships. And we're following Arensman. Obviously, Ineos Grenadiers are very good when it comes to a time trial and have a lot of pedigree in that discipline. Haven't won a stage in the time trial for quite long. But Victor Campenaerts as well, one of the heroes for Visma Lease Bike yesterday. He's coming up shortly as well. Simon Yates, no stranger to winning Grand Tour, one Grand Tour time trial, but still, it's made more than many have ever done. Alexander Vlasov, remember he's in the race? We haven't quite seen too much of him. He's obviously a former top 5 finisher as well. So we'll wait and see what these guys can do. Even Van Wilde as well coming up, Jasper Stuyven. So we're getting into the secondary or tertiary part in terms of the domestiques. We're seeing a quite funny shot here of the riders sitting waiting with all their weird aero helmets. That Visma Lease Bike helmet, we've done that before in the past, voting who has the ugliest helmet, and Visma always wins. That is such a dreadful helmet, but it seems efficient because right now we've got Eduardo Fini, the European champion, sitting at that top spot. Nilson Oliveira, a man that I've backed many times in a Grand Tour stage, but he never really seems to pay me back with that faith. A former, isn't it World? I think it's the World he's actually podiumed on. But the Norwegian national time trial champion is starting next, the former World time trial champion Tobias Foss, former Jumbo-Visma man as well, and former Tour de l'Avenir. And he's, of course, appeared on the channel twice. First when he joined Jumbo-Visma, and then he came after his 9th place in the Giro d'Italia. A very nice guy from Norway. But he's starting now. We'll see what he can do in this stage. I mean, they really have lost their big card, as we know. Filippo Ganna, that is the big man. But yeah, after that stage 1 crash, so unfortunate to not have him here. He would have absolutely loved this circuit. Kasper Asgreen 39 seconds down on that first time check. So, I mean, I think that kind of takes him out of the conversation for getting a top 10 even at the end. But, Kasper Asgreen obviously having changed teams, no longer riding on a Specialized bike, riding on Cannondale. So, we'll wait and see what happens here. But for the time being, it's still Eduardo Fini in that hot seat. And we have, of course, got that amazing duel between Mathieu van der Poel and Tadej Pogacar, replica of the 2021 edition almost. And we will wait and see if he can do something here. Tadej Pogacar, is he going to win his 19th stage after winning 100 career wins yesterday? So we'll wait and see. But Kasper Asgreen is the man that they're giving a lot of TV time here. We got plenty of national champions in this field as well. What are we saying? Your opinion about second strongest Dane Skjelmose? Where do you see him in the end in GC? I think it's unfortunate. I think he was a bit ill. He didn't start the Dauphiné. He didn't start Tour de Suisse. Did win that one-day race in Andorra. But when you look at the team, it's very dedicated to, firstly, John Tourmaline and just opportunists as well. Because I don't think Thibaut Ness is helping Skjelmose or Mathieu Skjelmose. And so, yeah, they could have done with maybe 2 more climbers, and then maybe he would have had a bit of a chance. But he sits inside top 10, Skjelmose, so we will wait and see. But other interesting riders in terms of time trial coming up. Fred Wright? Maybe not. Eddie Dunbar? Certainly not. Caden Grove? Certainly not. Maro Schmidt, the national time trial champion from Switzerland, he managed to beat Stefan Bissinger to that crown as well, so that was quite a scalp to say the least. Lutsenko, not really a good TT rider. We can see Stoven and Simon Yates waiting to start as well. But the next rider to start on screen is Victor Campenaerts, former European champion and former hour record holder. So if he takes an hour here, 2-time European champion, but obviously he's changed his role a bit more. He wanted to win stages, so he changed a bit more to that, and now he's more in that domestique role, but still he has massive watts, let's say. So, we will wait and see. But are we going to get a stage win from Visma Lease Bike today? I mean, they've got a very strong team. I would have loved to have seen a team time trial in here. Have a team time trial here. Then in the next week, have a time trial, and then have the last Périgueux time trial in the final week. That would have been beautiful. Or a time trial of Mont Ventoux, something like that. But yeah, the organizers, they sometimes definitely the ASO ones, they don't like a team time trial. Ever since the COVID happened, we haven't really seen time trials in the Tour de France. We have seen them in the Dauphiné, and I think we've only seen them in Paris-Nice, not in Dauphiné either. So Kasper Asgreen, 16.3 kilometers still to go here. We should probably do a new poll, because yes, you did point out in the chat that I didn't actually include Remco Evenepoel in it. So we'll do, who do you think is going to, will Remco win the stage? I think that is a good one. Will Remco win the stage? He has just over a minute to make up if he's going to take that yellow jersey from Mathieu van der Poel and Tadej Pogacar. So we'll wait and see if that's going to happen. But many people's lock for a win. He won it last year. He won the Dauphiné in both years, last year, this year. So he will be attempting to replicate that as well. But Simon Yates coming up in about 3 minutes' time. Tobias Foss is the rider of intrigue now. I mean, the Pinarello is the one he's riding on. We'll see if he's able to do something here against his old teammate of Eduardo Effini. And Eduardo Effini, very, very strong rider. Very strong rider. 29.4 kilometers still left of Tobias Foss. That helmet of Visma is dreadful. We've said it countless times, but I mean, it really doesn't change the fact, does it? Kasper Asgreen was 10th fastest through which intermediate? I think the second intermediate check. So yeah, he's still a bit down on the leaders. If he's going to be able to do something here, we'll wait and see if he can do something. But yeah, for the time being, Kasper Asgreen's not in the best rhythm to try and win this stage. He's not even inside the top 10 anymore. The first time check, he was quite a bit down on that. I think it was 39 seconds. So he's hemorrhaging time to Luke Plapp, who actually had the intermediate sprint, or the fastest time at the first point and the second point. And I don't know what happened. Did he have a crash? Did anyone see? Did Luke Plapp have something going on? What are we saying as well? Greetings from Mexico, cheering for Pogacar to win the Tour today. Remco would be my bet. I mean, Remco, yeah, seems to be... Well, actually, no, it's only 68% of you, so there are quite a few of you who think that Remco Evenepoel might not win this stage, and you could be forgiven for thinking he won't win it. Yeah, great to have Brian as well. Great to have DJ. So many familiar names in the chat. That's good to see. So you're willing to come back as well. Bruno Amarai, the French national champion, getting an interview at the end. I mean, he was very close. 2.5 seconds. That was what was separating him from the hot seat. 53.1 kilometers to Eduardo Effini's 53.2 kilometers. So very close. I mean, he probably would have a bit more in him just to push it for that little amount of time. But yeah, maybe it was the helmet that made the difference there. Maybe it was. But Tobias Foss, they're watching him with quite a lot of intrigue. Maybe he's going to do a good time here. In terms of Tobias Foss and yeah, time trials this year, 9th in the Dauphiné time trial. So that's a good indicator. So maybe a top 10 can be on the cards. He was also part of the team time trial earlier this year as well, twice in the Tour of Valenciana and also time trial in the team time trial in Paris-Nice. But a bit of a quiet season for him. 13th in the Tour of Valenciana, 9th in Paris-Nice, a pretty good result. So yeah, he's more of the domestique role now. And yeah, but nevertheless, we're seeing Simon Yates here. He's kicking off now. Is he going to be able to do something here? I still am thinking that this Melissa bike are just going to take it quite easy with him and let him ride in and be ready there for the third week. And then he can pounce for Jonas Vingegaard potentially. 32.7 kilometers. Tadej Pogacar went absolutely crazy yesterday. I don't know if we're going to see Jonas Vingegaard win. Maybe they're just hoping that he's going to blow himself up in terms cycling wise. Obviously not in reality, that would be crazy. And kind of just, yeah, a bit like in 2022, run out of steam to some extent and then cracks. But he has a really strong team around him. He's certainly a stronger rider now. He's got those rainbow bands as well, so don't count on it. I think, after what we saw last year with the Giro Tour double, I don't think anything can actually get between Tadej Pogacar and a fourth Tour de France here. But yeah, Tobias Foss, we're seeing him here. What is he going to be able to do? That is the big question. Next rider to start, Van Wilde for Soudal Quickstep. He, of course, came down in a crash. Was it yesterday or the other day? Can't quite remember. They're all blurring into one, these crashes. There's been so many crashes. Great to have Rhonda here saying, welcome subscribers. If you haven't already or haven't yet subscribe and register your like. That is a very good message. And it's all free as well, liking and subscribing. But I'm pretty sure most of you are subscribed here right now. Paddy as well. Hello, everyone. How hard will it be to motivate himself from Remco Evenepoel against Jonas Vingegaard and Tadej Pogacar, knowing the likelihood that he's third best rider in the race? Is he their third best rider? That's also a big debate. He could potentially not even be finishing there. What are we saying as well? Can Jorgensen wait for Vingo and then draft him as much as possible before launching him off? Can't draft, as John Kelly said, it will get penalised. Apparently not in the Giro, because Josh Tarling did do a bit of drafting, but didn't get penalised. 25 kilometers to go for Tobias Foss, and we might as well go to our favourite segment of the day of these streams, and that is jury fines from the Tour de France. Let's see who got fined yesterday. We've already seen fines on the first day. We had Jaco Ayula with Reynards getting fined 200 Swiss francs. Where this money goes, who knows? Probably coffee money for the UCI. 500 Swiss francs as well for the DS on stage 1. So Jaco Ayula, naughty boys on the first, or naughty people, because there are females in that team as well. Very nice sports press officer for Jaco Ayula. But stage 2, there was actually no fines there, so that was quite impressive. And then obviously stage 3, we had the Brian Coquart crash that took out Jasper Philipsen, and that gave him a 500 Swiss franc fine. Also Edward Turns in the same incident picking up 500 Swiss francs, and both of them also losing 13 points in the green jersey. David Ballerini also irregular sprint, so we'll wait and see. Yeah, there was a lot of fines anyway. Danny Van Poppel also getting a yellow card, and irregular sprint and relegation, 500 Swiss francs for him. Luka Mezgic getting rid of waste without precaution, 500 Swiss francs. So apparently getting rid of waste has the same penalty as crashing a rider out. That's quite crazy. And yesterday, stage 4, Remco Evenepoel, rider disposing of waste without precaution, 500 Swiss francs. So Remco was the naughty boy yesterday and got 500 Swiss franc fine. Space saying, did Almeida get fined for celebrating Pogacar's win early? No, that's not actually on there. Good point, actually. Good shout there, Space. Blazov, we're seeing him, the former Russian national time trial champion. Is that not true, or am I mixing him up? Am I being Russianist? Am I mixing two Russians up with each other? Obviously, the king of Russians was Denis Menchov, but I seem to recall that he has actually won the national championships. I think they might have just removed that since the war. Yeah, no, I'm not wrong. He's a 2-time national time trial champion of Russia, but obviously there's no... you can't see that he's won the national championships for reasons. Yeah. Also, big news that Chris Horner got sacked as a Red Bull team leader. I'm kidding. Different Chris Horner. It's not the cycling Chris Horner. But I always think it's funny that those two share their names, and they're quite prevalent, I guess, in their respective sports. So that made for a very funny headline. Horner sacked as Red Bull team principal after 20 years. He was certainly not doing that. He was busy winning the Vuelta as well at some point. But for the time being, Vlasov is the guy we're seeing. He's definitely not going to be lighting up what are we saying? He's not going to be lighting up the timesheets. That's what I was going for. So we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see what he can do here. Vlasov, I mean, it's not been a strong start by him. Remember, he has actually finished 5th in the Tour de France in the past, back in 2023. So he is a very capable rider in a GC form. Bit of a waste, and a former Tour of Romandy winner as well, and for Tour of Valenciana winner. So he's done a few things, but we're seeing Tobias Foss here. He's still keeping on, quite strong pace. We'll see where he ends up in terms of the final result here, but we still have Luke Plapp leading. Luke Plapp still leading. Tobias Foss apparently has crossed in the first time check. Kasper Asgreen 10th fastest in the third time check. We have, of course, got 4 time checks on this course. The final time check is, of course, also a time check. So the finish line serves as a time check. I said that very convoluted, but that's what I mean. Simon Yates, we're seeing him with his... is it the I don't know. Is this the casque helmet? Is this the... I'm not quite sure which helmet. I haven't bothered to look into it because it's such of an eyesore. But, I mean, apparently it's effective, but you would think if it is super effective, everyone would be doing this. We had a similar helmet from POC, and we saw EF Education Easy Post doing it. So, yeah, I mean, it looks quite aero, you have to say. It looks very aero, and of course, they're putting a lot of time, effort, and money into this as well. So, you would think they're not going to put this on their riders without it actually working. So, yeah, we will wait and see. We will wait and see. Are they going to be doing something here today? We'll run through the classifications as well. And I think I've done the same mistake I did a few days ago, where I've left the charger for the laptop somewhere else. So, yeah, that's going to be a bit of fun to try and gather that. But Tianyin Arensman, he comes 11th fastest over that final check on the finishing line. And 27.3 kilometers still to go here for Simon Yates, number 18. The Giro d'Italia champion. He's not going to be replicating Tadej Pogacar by winning the Giro Tour double. Oh my goodness. Okay, if you were thinking Campenaerts was maybe going to do something, he's definitely not doing anything. He was 107th through that first time check. So he's well and truly domestique duties here. Just taking it as easy as possible to get through. And yeah, this will be a slow day for him. An easy 33 kilometers. And yeah, for the riders, it's almost like a rest day in some sense because it's quite easy for them. Just do whatever. What's the fastest time? Around 40 minutes effort, and then you have the rest of the day for yourself. So yeah, a bit of a rest day for the riders. So we'll wait and see if Remco Evenepoel is going to light up the start the sheets here. We might as well try and figure out the last time Remco Evenepoel was actually beaten in a time trial. Obviously, no, we can work that out. The last time he was beaten in a time trial was stage 21 of the Tour de France where Tadej Pogacar won it. And yeah, is that a fair comparison? I think it is. It is a time trial. It was a very lumpy one, but yeah, not winning there. But we're still following Simon Yates here, the man bidding to win the Giro Tour double. No, he's not, but he's the only man who can do the Giro Tour double. We're not at 100 likes yet, so if you haven't already smashed the like button, we're on 52. That's quite low for us. And 70% of us think that it is going to be Remco Evenepoel winning. So when we get to 200, we'll change it. We'll do something else. But yeah, it's we will wait and see. Oh, there we go. Space says it's the Giro helmet, motorcycle, fairing, isn't it? Okay, there we go. Thank you for the confirmation. So, riders of note that we're waiting for. Who are we kind of waiting for? We're looking forward to, I don't know, in terms of this next batch of riders, who's the one that we can kind of sift out? Wout van Aert, but he's probably not riding hard. Geraint Thomas, maybe not. I mean, he is a good rider, as we know, against the clock, but yeah, I don't think we're going to see it. Tobias Foss catches his minute and a half man, so Tom Skoyens and Tobias Foss, who have both multiple appearances on the Cycling Dane, and right now it's Jens Vogt as well on the screen. So 3 riders with multiple appearances here on the channel, so quite funny. But Jens Vogt on the motorbike, we'll see what he says as well when he comes on the channel. He's still circumnavigating France right now, but Tobias Foss getting rid of his minute and a 90-second man. And yeah, 17.8 kilometers still to go here. 17.8 kilometers still to go for Tobias Foss, the former world champion. Wout van Aert, number 37. So we are inside the last 60 riders. So there's less than 60 riders still to start. We've got Sepp Kuss coming up as well. He came down a few days ago. Ben Healy, not really the best time trialist. Wout van Aert, as we said. Tobias Lund Andreasen is sitting quite high up, the sprinter. He's in 42nd place, so he's not a pure sprinter. He's actually higher up than Geraint Thomas right now. So, yeah. Great to have DB Cooper just come in as well. Have a good stream, don't worry. Yeah, thank you, DB Cooper. Thanks for the check-in. But 24.4 kilometers still to go here of the stage for Simon Yates. But there's plenty of riders still to come. We've got about 59 riders still to go. 58 actually, because Mathieu Bergodeau has just started, the Total Energies rider. Pascal Acorn is the next rider to start. Marcus Holgaard. And we're kind of looking as well, keeping ourselves aware of who's actually doing something. Nilson Oliveira, he actually got a good time through the second time check, ninth fastest. So when I ignore him, he does something. But Tobias Foss, he got himself eighth fastest in the second time check here. So doing a very, very good job here. Very good job. I feel like we should have put money on Remco winning this. But I always feel like betting money in cycling is a very bad decision because anything can happen. Literally, a bottle could go fly in front of them and then your rider crashes. Who's this? There's a bit of drafting going on by two riders. I think there's going to be a few fines coming up here. So, yeah, we'll wait and see here. But who's this? Is this Oliver Naesen? Oliver Naesen, is he fast? Is he going fast? Is that why he's getting TV time here? He's definitely taking a bit of a draft through the corners there. He's riding next to number 68. So these two riders just enjoying the same bit of tarmac here for the time being. Ooh, we got some very interesting stats as well from Pro Cycling Stats here. Time gap development for a set rider compared to the fastest rider. They're really getting creative with the data sets here. So yeah, we'll wait and see here. But we're just seeing Oliver Naesen and Sam Watson next to each other. That was the Ineos Grenadiers rider. Tom Dumoulin is there, the former world time trial champion and second place finisher in the Tour de France. Interesting. Yeah, the Tour de France always brings back a lot of pros. There's a lot of pros working as commentators. Yeah, as we know, here, there, and everywhere. DSs are former riders, many of them. So, yeah, 6.5 kilometers still to go for Sam Watson here. So, I think Sam Watson was the faster of the two riders. And is he going to be able to claw back Oliver Naesen here? I don't think so. What, Carousel Vertigo, does anyone think Primoz could make a mark today? Let's hope you didn't make a mark on the tarmac. Obviously, we saw... yeah, he came very close to a stage win in the Giro, just beaten out by Josh Tarling. And then you can also say there was a bit of drafting from Josh Tarling. So that was that bit of second or whatever that Roglic could have done with. So he probably was the rightful winner on the day. Sorry, Josh Tarling fans, but yeah, you can't deny that there was definitely a bit of drafting going on, unfortunately. Kasper Eskain coming towards the finishing line. 1 minute and 23 seconds, 24 seconds. He's going to be inside top 10 maybe here. So Kasper Eskain, the pride of Kolding in Denmark, the EF Education Easy Post rider, 9th fastest, 1 minute and 34 seconds down. So, yeah, Remco Evenepoel, many people's favorites, and 71% of you have said that he is going to be winning the stage today. So, yeah, is it going to happen? Where will Tadej Pogacar finish? I think that's our next poll, because I think most of you actually think that we are going to get the win. We're 400 people in the chat, but we still haven't made it to 100 likes. So if you haven't already, smash the like button. And yeah, thank you for joining me here on the time trial day. The first of two, obviously. We've got the mountain one as well. I am thinking about trying to get to that time trial, but I don't know if that is too risky. I don't know if there's any good Wi-Fi there as well. Most TT victories in a Grand Tour by active riders. The most wins in a time trial in Grand Tours is Primoz Roglic, actually. Primoz Roglic has 8 Grand Tour time trials to his name, not La Planche de Belleville. That's the one he really wanted. He would trade all 8 for that one. Ghana 7, Remco 4, Tadej 4 as well. 4, he's got 4. Can we get those 4? He won the stage 5 in 2021. He won La Planche. He won the 2024 one, and obviously he won the one in where are we thinking the Giro one last year, not the one Ghana took, the other one. But yeah, that was interesting. But for the time being, 4 kilometers left for Oliver Naesen. Not the most prolific time trialist in the world, but he is a very good classics rider. Still within the Decathlon AG2R setup, and we'll wait and see if he's going to be doing something here. I mean, they had a bit of worry with Felix Gall yesterday, so we'll wait and see if something happens there for them. But for the time being, it's still Eduardo Affini, the European champion, sitting there. looking pretty in that hot seat. And yeah, unfortunately, no Ghana. Ghana would have ripped this course up, I think. Absolutely ripped this course up. So yeah, are we going to get a stage win from Sudal Quickstep again? Are they going to get their second one? I mean, this would be a great turnaround for them after a few bad days with crashes and stuff. Tim Merlier taking the win, but a crash for Remco. They also had Valentin Panther crashing as well. That was a big worry because he is kind of their best mountain support for Remco, I would say. No Mikel Landa in this team, unfortunately, crashing on stage 1 of the Giro, which was a great shame there. So, yeah, we'll wait and see what happens here. But for the time being, we're seeing Alexander Blazov coming towards the finish as well. What's he going to be able to do here? I don't know. So the youngest individual time trial winner in Tour de France history is not Tadej Pogacar. He was the third youngest and coming very close to Erik van der Arden in 1983. So Erik van den Arden, that's probably atrocious pronunciation. He's also a former winner of the Ronde van Vlaanderen, Paris-Roubaix, and Gent-Wevelgem. So and 4 more stages of the Tour de France. So definitely had a very good career, and is currently the assistant sports director at DFL Cycling News Lightspeed. Yeah, or was, I think. Yeah, was, not is, because that team doesn't exist anymore. Anyway, that was a bit of a tangent. 16 kilometers still to go for Alexander Blazov, the former Russian national time trial champion. So we'll wait and see what he can do. Oliver Van Asten is getting a lot of TB time. He's inside his last 2 kilometers here of the stage. So this is going to be 50% of his time trialing done already very soon. So yeah, we're just waiting to see what's going to happen here on the stage. The big boys coming up very shortly. We're inside the last 55 riders. Caden Groves, the next rider to start. Axel Laurence. Maro Schmidt is going to probably be the next rider to challenge the top 10, the Swiss national champion. But I feel like, didn't he crash a few days ago as well? All these crashes have just merged into one, to say the least. But yeah, 1.3 kilometers, Oliver Nassen making up towards the finish. We've got Tim Wellens as well coming, former national time trial champion for Belgium, because currently it is Remco Evenepoel. Obviously, it would be, yeah, I don't know, you kind of want to see the jersey. And I feel like if you're the world champion, you should be able to give that jersey to the second place. But obviously, they're not the national champion, so that feels wrong as well. But we have it in the Tour de France, obviously, with sometimes the green jersey or the polka dot jersey is being worn by someone else because they have the yellow jersey, etc., or the white jersey. So yeah, it would be nice if we could see that, but for the time being, we're just waiting for riders to come through the field here. Yeah, interesting riders. We said Maro Schmidt, but we don't know if he's feeling too good. 29th in GC is Ben O'Connor, so he's got some work to do. He of course crashed as well, so we'll wait and see if he can actually get himself up towards the front as well, up towards the pointy end, the top 10. He has, of course, finished in the top 10 and the top 5 before. And I think only top 4, actually. Has he actually finished top 10 before that in the Tour? Was it only that one time? Yeah, it was only that one time. So, obviously, yes, last year he finished 2nd in the Vuelta and 4th in the Giro. Absolutely great season from him, even getting a medal at the World Championships, first in the team relay and then on his own getting silver. So absolutely incredible year from him. But yeah, this year kind of taking a bit of time to get started here with his new team. Obviously, interview with him here, well, not on this channel, on the Cycling Day and Extra channel at the start of the year. Very, very nice guy, super nice guy, down to earth. And yeah, we wish him the best, obviously. But Simon Yates, another one of these riders who's not doing anything. He's just full-on domestique duty, 94th. So they're just trying to calculate the minimum time they need to do in order to get around here. Yeah, we will wait and see. Great to have so many of our channel members, Vera and Paddy I saw earlier. I think I saw John as well. So, yeah. But Tobias Voss, 36.2 kilometers, the former world champion. He is getting a lot of TV time, rightly so. And we'll see if he can be the best Ineos Grenadiers rider. So, yeah, we haven't really gone through the GC as well. Not the GC. We can go through the GC, but more the... yeah, we had 2 non-starters today as well. So, yeah, the field has gone down a bit. Let's see how many riders we've got left in the standings. So, 2 riders out. So, we're down to 179 here. And, yeah, that is a big shame here. 179. Great shame. But, yeah, Mauro Schmidt is the next rider to start. And what can the Swiss national time trial champion do here? Has he recovered from his injuries? Is he able to put in a very thunderous time here? We will wait and see here. We will wait and see. But Mauro Schmidt, certainly a very interesting rider. And should maybe, if he's feeling good, clock in a good top 10 here. We still have Edoardo Effini. He's the man that everyone's trying to beat. He's set the first benchmark. Bruno Amorai coming very close, and I think Bruno Amorai coming so close means that his days are numbered, or his hot seat days or hot seat minutes are numbered for sure. We'll wait and see here, but 32.5 kilometers Mauro Schmidt just coming into the groove of that start of his stage 5 time trial. We're seeing Geraint Thomas, the former Tour de France champion as well. A very interesting helmet from Ineos Grenadiers. Interesting visor, all of them with their visors. And yeah, what can he do here? Is he a good time trialist? He has won. Didn't he win the first time trial into Dusseldorf, I think, a few years ago? So he has tasted success in a Grand Tour, yeah, but in terms of time trial setting. And yeah, one of the early men in this tour, other than Jonas and Tadej Pogacar, who have won the Tour de France and knows that feeling. But right now, 63.2 kilometers. Back in 2018, nobody was talking about Jonas Vingegaard or Tadej Pogacar. Tadej Pogacar, maybe? Wasn't that... yeah, that was the year he won the... yeah, wasn't it the year that he won the Tour de l'Avenir? Or was that... yeah, it was the year. So, yeah. But for the time being, we're seeing what's happening on the road here. It's looking quite good here for Vlasov. He's just pushing on a lot. I say is looking good, but yeah, I think he's going to be on domestique duties as well, so just rolling through. It's always interesting in a time trial. You don't want to go too soft, you don't want to go too hard as well if you're in the domestique role, but you don't want to get outside the time limit. That's for sure, especially when Remco Evenepoel is on the start list. It could get very dangerous quickly, hovering between that. So 2 riders, non-starters today, so yeah. We'll wait and see, but for the time being, it's looking very good for Edoardo Effini, the European champion. I don't think he's ever beaten Remco Evenepoel in head-to-head in a time trial, not that I can think of. So yeah, we'll wait and see what happens here, but for the time being, it's Edoardo Effini, the Visma Lease bike rider. He's doing his best here, but Geraint Thomas is the next rider to start. And yeah, this is going to look very good here. This is going to be a good one. Has he got a good ride in here? Is he going to go absolutely ham? Yeah. It would be good. It would be good if he gets the top 10, if he is being allowed to just save himself and do something here. Not quite sure what his aspirations are in this year's Tour de France, but his teammate 4.5 kilometers left here for him, and we'll wait and see if he's gonna be winning this Tobias Foss, or at least getting close to the top 5 potentially. I think he could bag himself a top 5 or a temporary top 5 at least. I think that could be on the cards here, or a top 10 maybe. I think a top 10 is more realistic. Because he was dropping off a bit as well. So, yeah, 4 kilometers still to go here of the stage. 4 kilometers. And a quick shout out to our sponsors as well. VeloProRacer.com. Free app to download. They, new app, new game that you can incorporate with your fitness. And we're also seeing friend of the channel, another Tobias. Tobias Lund Andresen here. He's coming up here very shortly. And we'll see what he can do here, the Dane. I don't think he's the greatest time trialist, but he's a very, very good sprinter, as we know. And yeah, hoping for a stage win in the Tour. That would be absolutely magnificent if they could do that with him. Yeah, we'll wait and see. But Mara Schmidt is the rider on course that probably has the most interest here from us as fans. I think Mara Schmidt could do a good time trial, but it's just whether or not he was caught out. We got Van Wilder here, the almost carbon copy of Remco Evenepoel, but he's losing a lot of time here. So he's well and truly just in duty, well, domestique duty as well. But here we have Nilson Oliveira coming towards the finish as well. Nilson Oliveira, he's going to be clocking a time inside the top 10, the former podium finisher in the World Championships. He's coming very close. The Portuguese rider, often a domestique, very good in a TT sometimes. And here he stops the clock 1 minute and 4 seconds down. 6th place for him provisionally. So Nilson Oliveira, 6th quickest provisionally, and we'll wait and see what he can do here. How far or how long he can stay inside the top 10 or top 6, shall we say. Julien Philippe, he comes also to the finishing line well outside the time here. Well outside the time. I don't think we're going to see him. What are we going to see from Julien Philippe? I'm not too certain, if I'm honest. We'll wait and see. It hasn't looked great in the first few days, really. But that Tour de Suisse form was very good. But obviously, it's not going to be a win here from him. And just taking a bit easy here. Just taking a bit easy. So Julien Philippe doing a good job to get through inside the time cut. Is that what we're saying? Is that what we're kind of, I guess. You all know that I'm a big fan of Julien Philippe. 1.7 kilometers still to go here. 1.7 kilometers. Mara Schmidt, we're seeing him. He's getting ever closer to that first time check as well. So are we going to get a stage win from them? I don't think so, because is this true? They're saying, no, I think this must be wrong. They're saying the first time, they're showing his second and third time checks, but he's only 6 minutes into this, so I don't think that is correct. But for the time being, it's looking pretty good here for Edoardo Affini. I think he's going to probably be finishing inside top 5 at least. Vlasov here, he's going to be overtaking Visma Lease bike rider. This could be Victor Campenaerts. I think this is Campenaerts going to be overtaken by Vlasov. Yeah. I mean, a few years ago, you would have laughed if anyone said we were going to be in this kind of scenario, but Victor Campenaerts absolutely just riding to the lower limit of what he needs to ride. But Tobias Foss coming thick and fast here. He's got 600 meters until the finish, coming around the last few corners here. Is he going to be able to pull something out here, something out of the bag? 37 minutes and 38 seconds. He's outside the time of the first 3 riders. 30 seconds on the clock. He's losing positions. He's hemorrhaging time right now. And is he going to be able to clock a time faster than... Yeah, I think he's going to be faster than Nilson Oliveira. So quite a good time here. Quite a good time potentially. He's not stopped the clock yet. He's inside 38 minutes here. So it's not going to be... almost a minute down on Edoardo Affini. He is the new 6th place. He is the new 6th place here. So a good ride there by Edoardo Affini, obviously, but also his former teammate Tobias Foss to be here. So we'll wait and see what happens here. But for the time being, it's looking fairly good here. It's looking very good for Edoardo Affini and Visma Lease bike to potentially do something good here. But I think it's going to be a interesting battle for that yellow jersey with Tadej Pogacar and Mathieu Evenepoel being on the same time. So a yellow Mathieu Evenepoel at the end on this stage. It could be a yellow Remco. He's never worn that yellow jersey, so that could well and truly happen as well. Maybe we're going to see Remco in that yellow jersey for the first time. We don't have a poll, so we might as well get that poll up. Who will wear... Yeah, we'll do who will wear yellow at the end of today. Pogacar, Remco, Vingo, or MVDP. There you go. So yeah, great to have almost 600 people in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from as well. Apologies for no recap yesterday. I was very tired and there was no Patrick, so motivation was quite low. But Patrick will be back today. I think it's the last day we have Patrick. And then we're going to do, it'll have to be a new host as well because he's going down to see Mont Ventoux in person. But we're seeing a Cofidis rider here getting a bike change. So we will wait and see what happens here. But for the time being, it is Mara Schmidt that we're following. Mara Schmidt, good time, as we said, by Tobias Foss, but we still have the hot seat of occupied by Edoardo Fini, the Italian. So the Italians are still doing it, despite not having Filippo Ganna here. So, good work by them to stay here already. But are we going to see a stage win from Edoardo Fini? Maybe. You never know. We'll wait and see. But Quentin Pacher, we're seeing him as well, the Groupama FDJ rider. He certainly could do something here if he's able to do it, or able to... Nah, let's not kid ourselves. Their best shot would have been Stefan Kung, but I don't think he's actually here. So, we'll wait and see what happens here. But Quentin Pacher doing a good ride. What are Groupama FDJ's aspirations? Of course, Romain Grégoire has looked very good as well, and could be the man that, that gets them a stage. They haven't taken a stage since Thibaut Pinot as well. So it's been a while. Smash the like button as well. We're nearly at 200, I guess. Very close to 200. So we're seeing Harry Sweeney is the next rider to start for EF Education Easy Post. What can he do? The Australians are very good on a time trial generally. I don't know what it is, if we have any Australians listening. I feel like it's kind of, a bit like the English riders are normally very good on time trial as well because of the culture of the 10-mile time trial on a Thursday night. So we will wait and see here. Harry Sweeney, he's going to start in about 6 seconds, 3 seconds. EF Education Easy Post. He looks very similar to Mikel Honoré when he has the TT helmet on. So we will wait and see what happens here. But for the time being, the stage is currently being dominated by Edoardo Fini. Only just 2 seconds ahead of Bruno Amarai, or shall we say 3 seconds and round up. So the rider that we're following now, I think it's still Van Wilder. Yeah, it is still Van Wilder. 8.8 kilometers still to go here. He's definitely not going to be winning this time trial. He could be riding recon for Remco Evenepoel potentially. We see that sometimes. Sometimes the riders kind of following in the team car, and with it being a round circuit, it could definitely happen that they're riding with some of the other riders. What are we saying as well? There should be official pay additional vacation mandated for the 3 weeks of the Tour de France. Yeah, that's true. That would be quite funny. But for the time being, we're seeing Tim Wellens here, the former Belgian national time trial champion. He was relinquished of those duties, I guess, by Remco Evenepoel at the recent national championships, but we won't see that jersey being worn by the world champion and Olympic champion. 3 titles, being Olympic, world, and national at the same time. Quite incredible. What are we saying as well? Back my favorite Tour de France stream 3 years ago running. Thank you, Cycling Dane, for the great content while I work in the US. Thank you, Mike, for the kind message as well. 23.7 kilometers still to go here for Tim Wellens. Doing a good job here just to keep the pace on, but I don't think he's going to go too hard. He doesn't have the polka dot jersey anymore, so I think that just went back on the shoulders of Tadej Pogacar. So Tadej Pogacar has returned. Great to have Eric Brown as well in the chat. And right now it is looking quite interesting. Tobias Foss, what was he saying at the end? He was saying that he was a bit disappointed how far down he was on the first time check, I think. So, but it's a very strong rider, and we'll wait and see what the aspirations are for Ineos Grenadiers, how they're going to play this. But for the time being, it's an interesting one, isn't it? with Ineos. Carlos Rodriguez probably the rider that they're going to go to for a GC result. So, yeah. But for the time being, Tim Wellens, we're still following him on that beautiful Colnago, very aero position. They haven't adopted that crazy position that we had before. What are we saying as well? Just another 45.7 kilometers to go until the Cycling Danes haircut. Yeah. Am I going to stick with that? So not cutting my hair until 100,000. That could be a long time, or it could be a short time. Depends. We'll wait and see. But great to have Pavan as well from India, being following since 2023. Thank you for that. And yeah, we're all united by our interest of road cycling, obviously. 16.7 kilometers for Quintin Pache. We've got many interesting riders coming up as well. Who's it going to be coming up? If I could get Jens Vogt on a stream, I think that would be hilarious. Because that man is a bundle of joy to be with. So I'll see if I can somehow get that to work. Maybe in the final week. That would be absolutely hilarious. Great to have Guyana in the house as well. And yeah, Tim Wellens, that is the rider getting a lot of TV time now. So we'll wait and see if he's actually going to repay their faith in him. Very strong riders, we know. We've seen that already, wearing the polka dot jersey. Yeah, it's looking pretty good here. For UAE Team members. They're in a perfect position for Tadej Pogacar. It's gonna be so close. Well, I think he's gonna take it. Oh, Brian, that's harsh. You think we're not gonna get to 100,000 before 27? Ouch. And I don't, yeah, how long could I grow my hair? I mean, that probably would get millions of views. Well, there's probably someone who's done that before. Warren Barguil, the former polka dot jersey wearer and winner, and stage winner as well. He's the next rider to start. Are we going to see him taking a stage win in this year's Tour de France? He unfortunately saw his friend and compatriot Romain Bardet retiring. And we'll see if he can do something here. Saw him on the presentation day as well. Yeah, subscriber of the Cycling Dane apparently. So very nice guy. And former Tour de l'Avenir winner as well. We'll see what he can do later in this race as well. It would be good to see him return to winning form. But for the time being, he has to navigate around Caen. And maybe he can bag himself a good result here. But yeah, DSM, or not DSM, Picnic Personnel, they definitely are looking for opportunities. And yeah, we'll see if they can get a stage win. They got a stage win last year on the very first stage with Romain Bardet. And with, well, yeah, that was it. Romain Bardet doing a 1-2 with his teammate. That was very impressive. Yeah, and they had the yellow jersey as well. That was a good result from them. But Edoardo Efini, we're still seeing the Italian lying back here. Is he going to be able to hold this? Not according to you guys. I think you're seeing Tadej Pogacar wearing the yellow jersey. So in terms of our poll, only 4% of you right now are backing Mathieu van der Poel. Aww. I was backing Mathieu van der Poel, but yeah, maybe it might not happen. Depends how much he's got left in the tank here. But yeah, it's a good ride by him. Nevertheless. So we'll wait and see what's going to happen here. But Wout van Aert, he's looking very strong. Could maybe do something. He has had a bit of illness. So yeah, we will wait and see if he's going to be able to do something here. Wout van Aert, if he's able to do something here as well, that's the big question. But for the time being, we're watching Tim Wellens. We have Edoardo Efini in the hot seat. And we've got Simon Yates coming up towards the finishing line. This is not going to be a time lighting the timesheets alight. But yeah, a good ride to get around, for at least for him. So yeah, doing his best here, for sure. Doing his best. But for the time being, it's looking interesting what's happening for him. Later on, I think. Later on will be better. We're seeing Tony Martin as well talking through the bikes. That's quite interesting to have a multiple world time trial champion and stage winner of the Tour de France analyzing the evolution of time trial gear or gearing or equipment. Romain Gregoire has started as well. He's on course. We got Tobias Lund Andresen. We got Alexei Lutsenko on the track, on the circuit. There we go. And we got Mara Schmidt coming up to the second time check as well. Mara Schmidt didn't trouble the times on the first intermediate time check. He actually came 19th, 2 seconds faster than Binyam Gamay. So yeah, Geraint Thomas as well coming through 17th fastest. Interesting riders here. We're kind of looking at that. Ian Izagirre, nothing really. So yeah, no one really troubling the intermediate time checks right now. So we will wait and see if anyone is actually going to be doing it. Venturini, French multiple cyclocross champion. He's on the course as well from Arkea BNP Hotel. And yeah, we will wait and see. I'm just seeing what Tony Martin is saying about the bikes. He's comparing two giant bikes here. So it does seem like the aero bars have gone a lot higher up than they used to be in the past. And yeah, it's interesting. It's definitely interesting to see the changes that get made ever so slightly in that space in the TT Tech world. But Tim Wellens, 17.6 kilometers still to go here. We are waiting to see if he can do something here. His teammate Niels Pollitt, he managed to get himself inside the top 10 in the early intermediate sprint, but then fell down, 8th in the final TT check at the finishing line. But Eduardo Fini leads Bruno Amarai by 2.5 seconds. Then we have the current under-23 world time trial champion Ivan Romeo, 29 seconds, almost 30 seconds down. Luc Plapp, 4th, currently 45 seconds down. Pablo Castrillo in 5th place. Tobias Foss, the former world champion, and 53 seconds down. Oliveira, he's 1 minute and 4 seconds down in 7th place. Niels Pollitt, Raul Garcia as well. But Wout van Aert is the next rider to start. We'll see if he can do something. He's a man who's won a time trial in the Tour de France in the past. Tim Wellens comes through the second time check, 1 minute and 38 seconds down in 20th place. So he's not going to be troubling the top 10 at the end here either. So a lot of controlled rides to say the least. But Wout van Aert, the man from Hamut, isn't it? No, not Hamut. Let me get it right. Hetals, that's the place. Hetals. He is going to be the man to go. I didn't know he had an uncle who was a professional rider who did actually ride the Tour de France 4 times. So there we have it. Jos van Aert, he actually did ride the Tour de France 4 times. Maybe that's the link. I've not really seen any interviews covering Wout van Aert's early start into cycling. Obviously, we know his rival Mathieu van der Poel has a very clear-cut way into cycling. Grandfather Raymond Poulidor, father Adrien van der Poel, brother David van der Poel as well, I guess. 32.7 kilometers here. Wout van Aert just pushing on. It could have been Mathieu Poulidor if he took his mother's surname. But Geraint Thomas here. Geraint Thomas, as we said, not really troubling the times. 18 fastest, so he fell down one more place compared to his first intermediate time check. Oh, yeah, maybe I'm a bit tired of the... We need time trialists. Well, Geraint Thomas used to be a time trialist, I guess, to some extent. If you won a time trial in the Tour de France, I think you can consider yourself a time trialist. But a shocking fact here. Tadej Pogacar has won double as many wins as Wout van Aert has. That is incredible. Double as many. That is crazy to think about. 32.2 kilometers still to go here for Wout van Aert, so he's very early into his ride here. We'll see what he can do on this stage. But it's an interesting one, isn't it? It's very flat this time trial as well. It's not really going to be troubling most of these riders, but it is all about the pace. What are we saying here? Tour de France time trial winners who have taken time trials: Johan Philippe, as we said, Wout van Aert, Jonas Vingegaard, Tadej Pogacar, Remco Evenepoel, and Geraint Thomas. They've all won time trials in the Tour de France. So quite a lot of riders who have managed to be successful on the TT bike here in the Tour, but and being within the race as well. Our poll has nearly 300 people voting here, so nearly 300 of you have gotten involved in the poll, and 52% of you are saying that it's going to be a Tadej Pogacar, a yellow jersey at the end. It will bring up the GC as well, but Wout van Aert, 2 minutes into his ride, he's going to be an interesting one to follow to see if he's actually going to ride full on or if he is just taking it easy like we've seen with his teammates Simon Yates and Victor Campenaerts. So Sepp Kuss is his next teammate to start. Tish Benoot as well coming up. We're inside the last 35 riders now. There is of course a whole host of riders on the course right now, but there's 35 riders still to start here. The next rider to start is who is Ben Healy. So Irish Ben Healy to start with. He rides under the Irish flag, and that's apparently good enough for Patrick Dunn. But we have got another Irishman as well on the course, Eddie Dunbar. Very Irish, and he's just taking his 90-second man because they're starting 1 minute and 30 seconds apart. So we will wait and see what happens here. But Brian Coquard comes through as well, the finishing line 97th. Who else are we kind of looking at? Harry Sweeney, as we said, 17th at that first intermediate time check. But 8 kilometers left here for Quentin Pache, who did get maybe unlapped, or I don't know, maybe Eddie Dunbar had taken him and then he came back. No, Eddie Dunbar started after him. So Eddie Dunbar is on a good one. He's 16th fastest right now at the third intermediate time check. So he's doing a good ride here, Eddie Dunbar. Maybe Eddie Dunbar is thinking that there could be an opportunity to get a good GC result for himself. 2 stage wins in the Vuelta a España last year. That was an impressive result by him. And smash the like button if you haven't already. We're getting ever closer to 200 likes. And right now we're following Wout van Aert to see what he can do. Wout van Aert, is he going to be able to win this stage today? Probably not. And a big shout out as well to our sponsors of veloproracer.com, a free cycling app to download, cycling game that you can incorporate into your fitness as well. So they support us, so why not help us out by helping them out and checking that out. Completely free to use. But 30 kilometers to go here for Wout van Aert. And Sepp Kuss is our next man to start. Nilson Paulis after that. And then shortly after, we got Narvaez, Ben O'Connor, Steph Kras, who's not been having a good time, Valentin Madouas as well, Tish Benoot, and then Emmanuel Buchmann. And Buchmann is probably going to try and get himself as close to a top 10 as possible. The top 10, the first rider from there, Mathieu Jensen, is starting about 38 minutes time. So they are coming thick and fast. Every single second is coming closer now in terms of the riders. So we have a lot to look forward to. Tadej Pogacar versus Mathieu van der Poel, obviously the key one. And maybe he can do something here. Mathieu van der Poel, just absolutely keep that jersey. I don't think it's going to happen, but it could be nice if we could see Mathieu in that yellow jersey one more time. But Victor Campenaerts was being talked to at the end, but we are seeing his teammate here, Sepp Kuss, I think. Yeah, Sepp Kuss starting now. So Sepp Kuss is going to start. And this is going to be a fascinating one. No, not really. Let's be honest. Why was I going with that? Sepp Kuss is not a time trialist. The Vuelta a España champion from 2023. Super domestique in the past. Probably not the best climbing domestique in the world anymore. I don't know why he's been suffering quite a lot, but just not quite being where he was in the past, that level. So, we'll see if he can do something here for Jonas. But Geraint Thomas is the man we're seeing. He's got 11.6 kilometers still to go of the stage. And we'll wait and see if he's going to potentially pull something out of the bag here in the last few kilometers, the last third of this time trial. We also had Fred Wright coming through the finishing line, 83rd. Tobias Lohr Andreasen doing nothing, 2 minutes down in the first intermediate time check. So he's just taking it easy. Obviously a sprinter. Why would you put any extra effort into this? But Eduardo Affini is the man that we're thinking about. Apparently Eduardo Affini's page is not working on Pro Cycling Stats, so maybe it's crashing. There's too many people looking at Eduardo Affini. I'll try and get it up so we can talk through his career as well. He's a former winner of the Mediterranean Games back in 2018. I didn't even know that was a thing, but he's won that. He also won the European Championships last year. As we know, he won the Under-23 European Championships back in 2018. Next rider to start, Nilsson Paulus, and Eduardo Affini has also finished second 3 times in the Giro d'Italia, taking a stage win in the Tour of Britain and the Tour of Norway. It was a time trial in the Tour of Britain. Was it a time trial in the Tour of Norway? No, it wasn't. It was a road stage win, 224 kilometers long. Oof. He won by what? Oh, they haven't said. I don't think they've said. Oh, a small sprint he won in a sprint. So, yeah, impressive that. Rasmus Quaid was in that race as well. This was when Eduardo Affini was riding for Mitchelton Scott as well. But other than his European Championships, the other time trial win has been in the Tour of Britain. So he would desperately want to win in the Giro d'Italia, of course, or the Tour de France. And he's finished 3rd in the World Championships last year as well. So, yeah, a very good time trialist, as we know. And, 1 meter 90 as well. So, very tall guy. Obviously, some of the most successful time trialists are very tall. Except Remco Evenepoel. He's my height. I think he's like 175. Is he not 175? He's 171. He's shorter than me. That's very hard as well. 9.6 kilometers, and it is Geraint Thomas here who's coming up towards the finish almost, but I don't think he's going to be troubling the top 10. But Geraint Thomas, former stage winner of the Tour de France many times, and time trial stage winner as well. Next riders of note, who we got Ben O'Connor, as we said, he really needs to try and survive this. Steph Kras as well, if he's trying to do a GC, he needs to try and pull something out of this. But Wout van Aert, we're seeing him as well, 26.5 kilometers still to go here for him. Who's the next interesting result? Maurice Schmidt on the penultimate time check has managed to get himself up into 12th. So maybe Maurice Schmidt can just tease the final or the current top 10, virtual top 10. But Wout van Aert doing a good job here, just staying in that aero tuck, but I don't think he is going to be troubling the time of Luke Plapp, who has the fastest intermediate time check on the first one. He also has the fastest time on the second one. I'm not quite sure what happened because he didn't have it on the third one, and he didn't have it on the final one either. 45 seconds down currently on Eduardo Affini. But Wout van Aert, no stranger to winning a time trial. But Narvaez, the new rider, the new signing, one of the best signings this year. He's been very, very good this year, winning the Tour Down Under. Very instrumental for Tadej Pogacar to set him up on various stages and in Milan-San Remo. But the Ecuadorian former national champion, I think he was national champion as well in the past. In the time trial, he's just lining up here, and we'll see what he can do here. He's probably going to be taking it a bit Sepp Kuss style or Victor Campenaerts style, just going as easy as possible here. But next riders to finish, Marcus Holgaard, who's almost being caught by Eddie Dunbar, Quentin Pache, Caden Groves, Mauro Schmidt, Tim Wellens as well. He just passed the 3rd intermediate time check, but he did not get himself inside the top 20. Narvaez probably shouldn't have any TV time because I think he's just going to take it quite easy here. But Wout van Aert is just continuing very hard here. He's going to see what he can do. A very, very strong rider, as we know, and potentially could do something here if he's in the mood or has the legs for it, or the illness has gone away, all these things. But for the time being, it's an interesting situation going on. But I'm just going to leave you for 3 seconds because I'm going to have to go get the charger again. We all remember that moment that happened, I think, yesterday or the day before. So it'll take 5 seconds and I'll be back. But Ben O'Connor, friend of the channel, I guess, he is the next rider to start. So Ben O'Connor, is he going to do something here? And just like that, back again. Yeah, annoying when I forget the charger. But Ben O'Connor is the next rider to get off the line. The leader for Jaco Aula, we'll see how far he can get into the top 10. Obviously, crashing wasn't on the schedule. And yeah, great to have so many people in the chat. Buddha Boy as well. My naps are short. No, that wasn't a nap. That wasn't a nap. Could do with a nap, but it's not time for that right now. It's time to talk about this time trial around Caen. And yeah, what I was saying, Scott, take 5 minutes, just come back shaven. Yeah, what or not? Are we going to see something here? What are we going to see here? Are we going to get a stage win from Visma Lease Bike? Jonas Vingegaard is probably their best card on this TT. Or is he? Is it Wout van Aert? It's the 100th race day between Wout van Aert and Jonas Vingegaard, with or against or with each other. So that was a bit of a stat. They're really rolling out the stats here, Pro Cycling Stats. They've got a lot of time to come up with a great number of stats here. I don't know how they do it. Black magic, as we said, at complete wizardry. And yeah, we're of course internally grateful, I guess. Are we going to see Wout van Aert doing something here? 23.2 kilometers. It's all, yeah, we'll wait and see here. But who's the next one who's got a good time coming through? Valentin Madouas is a former top 10 finisher. I think I'm right in saying that in the Tour de France. Yes, he was 10th in the 2022 Tour de France. And the reason he was that was because Nairo Quintana's result was absolutely evaporated from the history books. So that's why Valentin Madouas, that's why he has a top 10 on his record. So is that right? Is that wrong? Doesn't matter. He's got it. So Valentin Madouas as well, former podium finisher of, well, the Olympic Games. He got a medal, and he also finished third in the Ronde van Vlaanderen a few years ago. And so we'll wait and see here. We'll wait and see what happens on the stage today, but I don't think Groupama FDJ is going to do anything today. Who have we got here? Sepp Kuss. We see Rabobank returning to the sport. We all know what Rabobank is. And yeah, reminds you of the Michael Rasmussen days or the Dennis Menchov days or whoever. But yeah, we'll wait and see what's going to happen here. Are we going to get Visma Lease Bike getting a stage win today? They haven't had a stage win so far. No, not so far. It's not that hard, Scott. There's only been 4 stages before this. But 26.5 kilometers, they're getting a lot of TV time to Sepp Kuss. Is this to appease the American audience? He is a Vuelta España winner. We can't forget that. But Eddie Dunbar got a 14th fastest time at the final line. That was quite good here. 14th fastest at the finish here from Eddie Dunbar. Obviously, there's more riders to come, but that's a good time here. We're getting Mars Schmidt coming up as well now. Mars Schmidt, what can he do here? Is he going to be able to clock a good time? It looks like it's going to be, let's see, inside the top 10. No, I think he's going to be missing out on top 10 here. I think he's just going to miss out on top 10. 1 minute 10, 1 minute 11, 1 minute 12. He stops at 1 minute and 14 seconds, and he finds himself in 10th place. So Mars Schmidt just on seeding. Okay. He had 15 seconds to get there, get inside the top 10. But Mars Schmidt in the drop zone for that top 10 provisionally. So yeah, it would be nicer if that hot seat had 3 riders, because you see that at the World Championships. But obviously, a second or third place you don't really care about in terms of Grand Tour. So, yeah. But for the time being, it's looking very good here. It's looking very good for Edoardo Infini. He clocked a good time. Wasn't it him who messed up a time trial? Seem to recall that, which was quite unlucky. I can't remember which time trial. I'll try and figure that out. I'm pretty sure it was him that messed up a time trial. So I'll try and figure that out. But his teammate Wout van Aert, I'm not sure if Wout van Aert is going all out here. I would say no. I would think no here. I don't think he's going to go all out. I think he's being saved for bigger battles later on. Riding out of illness. I think that's probably the best way of saying it. Bookman is the next rider to start. A man who has finished top 5 in the Tour de France in the past. Then we've got his teammate Dylan Teuns, former winner of Flèche Wallonne. And then we got Jack Haig, a former podium finisher at the Vuelta a España coming up. And then Carlos Rodriguez, a former top 5 finisher and stage winner of the Tour. So 4 very interesting riders. Then we got Jordan Jegat, followed by Florian Lipovic, who was struggling a bit yesterday. So yeah, certainly a lot of interesting riders coming up. And as Ronda says as well, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And we're very close to 200 likes. I'm very close to, I guess, 55,000 subscribers. So getting ever closer to that. And of course, if you do subscribe, you will see your name flash up as some kind of weird zombie. So yeah, that's always fun to see. I don't know why zombie is the thing. Maybe I'm doing something wrong here. So yeah, welcome to everyone who subscribed today. But for the time being, 4.7 kilometers for our other Latvian rider in the race, and that is Chris Neerlands, the very attacking rider from Israel Premier Tech. So we'll wait and see if he can do something here in the race later on, potentially in a breakaway. And yeah, we'll probably do that. How Visma got the most ugly helmet. We've got 600 of you have voted in the poll, so yeah, that was a lot. Who does Visma have the ugliest helmet? TT helmet. But next rider to come to the line is the former Belgian national champion in the time trial, Tim Wellens, coming 21st. So yeah, he is not lighting the timesheets alight here. But a good effort by him anyway. Good effort by him. And just rolling through the line here. So yeah, this might be one of our most biased polls ever. I don't know what our highest poll has been. I think we've been in the 90s before, certainly, but this could be a 90s poll. 23.3 kilometers for Sepp Kuss. He's still getting a lot of TV time. Who else have we got on the course? We've got Wout van Aert, his teammate Ben Healy. We've definitely not seen him at all. Tobias Lund Andreasen, Warren Barguil, Alexei Lutsenko, Harry Sweeney, Velasco, Chris Neerlands. None of these riders are kind of shouting big result here, but Geraint Thomas, he just crosses the line, 16th fastest at the end. So the former Tour de France champion not quite getting the fastest time here, unfortunately for him. But yeah, it's looking interesting what's going to happen now when the big boys come out to play here. So yeah, are we going to see a stage win here? What are we saying as well? Hello, Clifton Go. Just wondering where you saw. Okay, never mind. Yeah. When is Remco going to start? Remco is going to start. Let's get it. He's quite far down, isn't he? He's 9th in GC. He's starting in 25 minutes. So Remco Evenepoel, the world cyclocross champion and Olympic champion, he's going to start in 25 minutes. So we're going to get those big guys coming shortly, and that should be very interesting. But great to have so many people here on a time trial on a Wednesday. I don't know why I'm throwing shade at Wednesday, but yeah, it is the Tour de France, the biggest race in the world, second only to the Tour of Denmark. I'm kidding, obviously. But Wout van Aert, a former winner of the Tour of Denmark, is on course here. 17 kilometers to go. Remco Evenepoel has also won the Tour of Denmark, and so has Arne Deli. It's almost like you, I guess you have to be Belgian in recent times to win the Tour of Denmark, although Mads Pedersen has also won it. So there you have it. 16.7 kilometers, Wout van Aert. Has he set the times alight? I don't think he has. The first intermediate time check, Wout van Aert was not even in the top 10. So yeah, Lenny van Eetveld as well. A few of you are in that fan camp, and he's not having a great Tour de France, finding himself quite far down. Maybe he's going to be trying to poach some stages later on or go for that polka dot jersey. Obviously, if you fall out of GC, the polka dot jersey is always there to be contested for. So we'll wait and see if anyone's going to do that. Wout van Aert, 16.2 kilometers still to go for him. I'm still wondering what happened to Luke Plapp, if anyone knows, because he was leading the first two, but maybe he just went too fast. Carlos Rodriguez, the next rider to start, the former top 5, wasn't it? Yeah, top 5. 5th place finisher 2 years ago. And we'll wait and see what he can do. This is his 3rd Tour de France. He's got a 100% record in finishing inside the top 10. 7th last year, got that stage win as well in 2023. So Carlos Rodriguez, who did manage to finish 6th in the Tour of Romandy this year, 9th in the Criterium du Dauphiné, and 6th in the Tour of Valenciana as well. So he's had a pretty good year. Okay, not winning anything, like he did win the Tour of Romandy. Was it the Tour of Romandy? It feels like the Tour of Romandy last year. But yeah, this year not quite hitting the same heights here. So yeah, Florian Lipovic is also coming up very shortly as well in 2.5 minutes. So we'll wait and see what he can do. Florian Lipovic, very strong rider, and was 3rd in the Dauphiné, but there is always that Dauphiné curse. We'll see if Tadej Pogacar can overcome that curse and the rainbow jersey curse. Yeah, there's a lot of things that Tadej Pogacar has overcome, so I'm sure he's going to overcome those 2 curses as well. But yeah, Ben Healy, we're getting some screenshots or screen time of him. What can he do here? What's he going to do in this Tour de France as well? We haven't quite seen him perform at the Tour de France like he has at the Giro d'Italia. I might be wrong. No stage win though, that's true. So yeah, we'll wait and see Ben Healy, very good rider. And yeah, EF Education Easy Post, they are having to switch up their plans a bit here after Richard Carapaz didn't start the race. But I mean, maybe he wasn't even going for this. Maybe he would be going for, yeah, maybe he would be going for, what are we saying, the polka dot jersey again. But yeah, we'll wait and see. 16.2 kilometers still to go here. It's very close in terms of the chat ranking between you guys. Currently, yeah, I think currently Brian's leading it, and Space is quite close as well. So yeah, we'll wait and see what happens here. But right now, number 3, who's this? This is Narvaez. They quickly clocked away from him. They didn't want to see too much of Narvaez. And they're just showing the back end of the bike here. That very aerodynamic frame, as all of these bikes are. The peak of the peak. So yeah. We're only 5 likes away from 200 as well, so smash that like button and subscribe if you want to see your name pop up forever, and we get ever closer to that 55,000. Thank you, Doug, for subscribing recently as well, and Michal. And yeah, it's getting very close now to Remco Evenepoel, Jonas Vingegaard, and Tadej Pogacar, plus Mathieu van der Poel as well. And we will wait and see. Yeah. Matt B, yeah, I'm going to try and do a short as well for the call-outs, because a few of you messaged me yesterday saying that I should put it as a short because you enjoyed it that much. But right now we're seeing Florian Lipovic, the German, who was hopeful of maybe contesting for that white jersey, but it's looking like a bit more of a distant dream now because, yeah, it's not quite worked out how he probably would have wanted. Yeah, he's trying his best though to keep up there towards the front and stay up in contention potentially. And I mean, Primož Roglič, that might be the man that he has to throw his allegiance behind like he did in the Vuelta a España. So what could have been for the youngster, I guess? What could have been? Next riders to start, Felix Gall coming up. 19th is not where he wants to be, so he has a bit of time or a bit of opportunity to move up when we come to the mountains, but is he going to be able to do that? That's a separate question, a separate point. Santiago Buitrago, 10th place finisher last year as well for Bahrain Victorious. He was struggling yesterday, and he's certainly going to have to try and make up some time in the mountains to get up and get a top 10 position again if he can. 12.6 kilometers still left for Wout van Aert, but I don't think Wout van Aert is going to be troubling anything really on today's stage. I think he's just riding through this on some sort of tempo. I can't quite. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, the second time check, he came through 113th down. So, yeah, Wout van Aert fans, unfortunately, it's not going to be your man winning the stage today, unfortunately. So, again, this is what I mean. You can't actually bet very well on cycling. You never know. They might just be like, nah, I'm not going to ride today. I'm going to save the legs for tomorrow. So it is very close. It is very, yeah, up in the air, if you will. William is saying it's a toss-up between Visma and EF Education Easy Post. Okay, we might do that poll then. We might do that poll. But yeah, thank you to every single one of you who have subscribed today and hit the like button as well and tuned in. We are over 700 people in the chat, and a quick shout out to our sponsor, VeloProRacer.com, a new cycling app, a game that you can incorporate into your fitness, completely free to check out. But we're seeing Rodriguez here coming towards the finish. Who is this with as well? Oh, Alex Baudin. He just came over, the French rider for Youth Education Easy Post, just celebrating, getting the crowd to cheer him on a bit more. But yeah. Maybe I should have focused more on pedaling and then we would have had a faster time. But I think he's just enjoying the atmosphere, which is fair enough. There's not a lot of riders who are TT specialists. One of them is sitting right now in the hot seat, and that's Edoardo Ifini. So in terms of our current top 10, we still have Edoardo Ifini leading, Bruno Amarai, Ivan Romeo, Luke Plapp, Pablo Castrillo, Tobias Foss, Nilson Oliveira, Nils Pollard, and Raul Garcia with Mara Schmidt in that drop zone. So it's getting interesting now. It's getting very interesting what is going to happen here. But yeah, quite a few of you subscribing now. So yeah, thank you for that. It is, of course, completely free, and it does help the channel out a lot. But yeah, Caen is seeing Ben O'Connor here. Ben O'Connor, 19.6 kilometers still to go here of the stage. What's going to happen here with him? Ben O'Connor, come on. He's 43 seconds down. 43 seconds down on the first intermediate time check here. So, yeah. But a lot of these riders taking it easy, taking it as kind of a bonus rest day. They're not going to get the conventional rest day on stage on the Monday. So, they're just making use of this, I think, as well, just to keep it, yeah. Make sure that they are keeping the batteries charged here. Or recharge the batteries, that was what I was trying to say. But Ben O'Connor, we'll see if he's going to be losing out here potentially. Yeah, Ben O'Connor. Yeah, this is a nightmare start for him. Obviously, the crash not helping him a lot. And the season, it's been kind of up and down to some respect. And we'll see if he can recover and get inside top 10. Again, that would be very good for him. It would be quite an accomplishment if he can find himself inside another top 10. He's only been inside top 10 once, but we remember that impressive season that we said earlier where he was top 5, or well, 4th in the Giro and 2nd in the Vuelta a España, which was absolutely incredible to see. So we'll wait and see if he can do some sort of a comeback, but for the time being, it is a bit of a struggle for him. And we do know that the GC can absolutely flip in terms of, yeah, those last few weeks. Riders go up and down that order. The musical chairs, if you will, of the top 10. And maybe we're going to see that happen once more here. A lot can still happen on this. And we'll wait and see if it's going to happen. That's the big question here. But Sweeney, he comes through here. EF Education, he's a post rider. Nothing to report back from. But yeah, we will wait and see what's going to happen here for EF Education Easy Post. Another one of those teams kind of having to adapt their plans. And we'll see if Jayco Ayula are actually going to have to adapt their plans. I hope not. I hope they are going to be able to run with the plan that they had in the beginning with their man. They also do have Dylan Groenewegen, so they do have a bit of a dual prong attack. And they have a number of other riders that could do something. Mara Schmidt could be up there in a breakaway, but equally he's had a bit of bad luck as well. So yeah, Primoz Roglic is lieutenant here, I guess now, of Lipovic. But the next rider to start right now is Guillaume Martin, the man who has written books, the professor, changed from Cofidis, wanted a new start. He has actually been part of Groupama FDJ, I think, in the past as well. But the man who loves to do the yo-yo up and down GC, attack one day, be in the breakaway, and then lose out. So yeah, 16.7 kilometers here. 16.7 kilometers. Ben O'Connor is losing time in the second intermediate time check as well. He is 1 minute and 12 seconds down on his teammate of Luke Plapp. So not a good start here. Not a good start for Ben O'Connor. He's losing more time here, and you would think he's going to be losing a lot more time to Remco Evenepoel and Jonas Vingegaard and Tadej Pogacar, etc. So yeah, not a good start here from Ben O'Connor. But yeah, I think the mountains is where we're going to see his GC won and lost, really. Okay, that's true for everyone, but he'll have a fight on his hands, that's for sure. We'll see if he will be up to it as well. But right now, it's looking quite interesting what he's going to be able to do here. If their plan's going to change as well. If he's going to switch his focus to maybe going for stages. We will wait and see. Time will tell. Time will tell. But right now, we're following him. We'll see if he can just get something back here. Obviously, changing from a different team as well. He'd been with AG2R for so many years. Finally at an Australian team. And a rider who has had a very interesting story. Remember, he was part of NTT Pro Cycling as well. And we're seeing Joe Blackmore here getting ready to start. The Tour de l'Avenir winner. And he was also sitting inside the top 10. We'll see if he can do something here. The youngster, the British super talent, riding for Israel Premier Tech. And Israel Premier Tech have really found themselves a gem here. Already a winner of Tour of Rwanda and the Tour of Taiwan. I think he won those two. But he's the next rider to start. We'll see what he can do against the clock. Obviously a British rider, so we always kind of think that they have a good pedigree against the clock. And his teammate is coming up towards the finish. No, that's not his teammate. That was him. By Romain Gregoire as well. He's got inside the last 2 kilometers of his ride. We'll see if he's going to be able to do something here. The young star from Groupama FDJ was very heavily linked with Red Bull over the winter, but decided not to go. And yeah, Groupama FDJ had a real problem losing a lot of youngsters. Lawrence Pithy losing Lenny Martinez as well. And yeah, they just couldn't compete with the money from Bahrain Victorious with Lenny Martinez. Primoz Roglic, the former second place finisher of the Tour, the Giro d'Italia champion, current Vuelta España champion, former Olympic champion. He's the next rider to start here, so we'll wait and see what he can pull out of the bag here. He was very competitive, as we said, in the Giro d'Italia time trial, and maybe he's going to be able to do something here, in the first one. But maybe he can pull something out of the bag here. So we'll wait and see if he's going to be able to do it. But Tadej Pogacar coming up, Mathieu van der Poel coming up as well. It's interesting, isn't it? It's very, very interesting what's going to happen here. 700 meters to go for Romain Gregoire. Is he going to be able to get himself inside the pointy end of that top 10? I don't think so, but he is French, so he's getting a lot of TV time here. Potentially he will be able to do something here. 450 meters here. He comes around the last few bends here. Is he going to be able? No, he's outside. He's outside the top 20. So sorry for getting our hopes up there. But that was not going to happen, unfortunately. So that was a bit of a letdown there. I thought because he was getting so much TV time and I hadn't checked what was happening, that maybe he was going to win. But no. Absolutely no. So Romain Gregoire, obviously he's thinking about other days. There's a lot of rolling terrain that he could be very good for, and certainly could be the man to end that streak that Groupama and FDJ have had for many years now without a stage. So yeah, is he going to be the man? We could maybe do a poll about that as well. Which of these teams are going to end or most likely to end their drought, their long stage drought. Movistar has a long drought as well. Primoz Roglic, we're waiting for him. We're waiting for so many riders here. And Primoz Roglic is the next rider to start. We'll see what he can do here. They're very accomplished rider. Late start into cycling, but that hasn't deterred him. He's absolutely made up for it. Many Vuelta a España victories, many wins as well in here, there, and everywhere. So we'll wait and see if we are maybe going to get a stage win from him again, Primoz Roglic, in this year's Tour de France. But Primoz Roglic has a bit of a problem. He hasn't finished the Tour de France since, we all know, 2020. 2021 crashed out. 2022 he was instrumental in cracking Tadej Pogacar, but he still did crash out. And then obviously 2022 he didn't wait. 2022, 2023. Let's just get in the right years. 2023 he crashes out. No, he doesn't. He wins the Giro and doesn't do the Tour. 2024 he crashes out after that very bad bit of road furniture. But Primoz Roglic is our next rider to start. Is he going to be able to do something here? Super Roglic, and we will wait and see if he can repay the faith that many of you guys have in this man. Very strong rider, very accomplished, and one of the best riders of his generation, to say the least. So Primoz Roglic, he is going to be very, very interesting to follow in this year's Tour de France. That could be a poll as well. Do you think he's going to finish the stage or the Tour this year? Because it's not really a mean poll. It's actually just talking about facts to some extent, or not to some extent, in truth. So we'll wait and see what happens here. I'll just close down some of all these web tabs as well for us. Ben O'Connor, 11.1 kilometers still to go here of the stage. Trying to keep up to date with you guys in the chat as well. Great to have so many people here. Fastest rider, we haven't gotten through the top 10 recently. The fastest rider is still Edoardo Ifini. He had the fastest time in the third intermediate time check as well. 37 minutes and 15 seconds. So note that down. 37 minutes and 15 seconds. Great to have James as well back in the chat. So many familiar names. It's good to see. And we're almost 1,000 people in the chat, so that's good as well. But 10.6 kilometers, we're seeing Mathieu Evenepoel warming up here in that beautiful yellow jersey. Is he going to be keeping that yellow jersey at the end of the stage? Many of you think no. And time to have a new poll as well, because 300 of you have voted. Where will Tadej Pogacar finish today? I think that's quite a good one. Where will Tadej Pogacar finish today? He had that bit of a whoopsie in the Dauphiné, but if you want to have a whoopsie, it's the Dauphiné, you should do it. And Tadej Pogacar potentially could be up there. Is he going to show himself against his rivals? One-up them here, but Florian Lipovic, we're seeing him. What's he going to be able to do here, Florian Lipovic, deeper into the race? But for the time being, interesting times that we've seen in the last few moments, I can't quite see anything that kind of springs to mind here. 8th place for Lipovic on the first intermediate time check. That's a good time. So Lipovic is on a good time. 24 seconds down on Luke Plapp, who currently has that. And Edoardo Fini, our current leader, was only 7 seconds down. Remco Evenepoel as well, the Olympic, national and world time trial champion. He's got the time trial accolades sewn up here. We're seeing the polka dot jersey as well. This was the thing that people were talking about, that Tadej Pogacar maybe didn't want the polka dot jersey because he doesn't wear the team's, what are we saying? The TT kit. What are they called? The word escapes me. Race suit. What's it called? Skin suit. There we go. Finally got there. Great to have 870 people in the chat. Let us know, everyone, where you're watching from, who you think is going to win as well. Get involved in the poll. Where do you think Tadej Pogacar is going to be finishing today? Are we going to get him in the top 5, top 3? Or, is something going to happen? You never know. A time trial, you could get a flat. You could get anything. But right now, it is a very interesting battle. Wout van Aert up towards the front here. Wout van Aert, is he going to be recording a fast time? No, we said that earlier as well. Great to have Alan in the chat as well. Clifton Dunn. James, thank you as well. Skin suit, that was what we were saying, that he's wearing the organizer's skin suit because he's in that yellow, the polka dot jersey, and not the UAE's bespoke own kit. So that could maybe be a factor in this race. But for the time being, we're seeing Wout van Aert looking very fast, but he wasn't actually that fast. Next rider to start, this looks like Tobias Haller Johannessen. So Tobias Haller Johannessen, he is the next rider. The 5th place finisher, was he not the 5th place finisher? Yes, he was the 5th place finisher of the Dauphiné. Another one of those Tour de l'Avenir winners. So we'll wait and see. And, oh, okay, James says it as well. Yeah, he also wanted to win in the rainbow jersey. That's very true. You don't want to win in the polka dot jersey. That's a very good point as well from James in the chat. Florian Lipowitz, and also just give Tim Wellens his day in that polka dot jersey. I also think that was part of it. But 19 kilometers to go here for Florian Lipowitz. He looks like he could be the next rider to challenge that provisional top 10 here. The time that he needs to get inside that top 10, we only have 10 riders to start now. We're inside, or well, close to the last 10 riders. And the first one of those is Mathias Skjelmose Jensen, the controversial national time trial champion of Denmark last year. And if you don't know the story, we have a video about that as well. Great shame. But yeah, he has won the national time trial championships in Denmark before. But 7.3 kilometers left for Ben O'Connor. I think this is going to be damage limitation time for him. And yeah, we'll wait and see what happens here with Ben O'Connor deeper into the race. It is a very interesting battle, this, or will be, for the top 10. There's many candidates for the top 10. Who's it going to be by the time we get into Paris? Yeah, could be anyone really, couldn't it? Well, probably not 80% of the field, but it could be many of the riders who are sitting quite high up right now. So that fight for top 10, I think, is going to be absolutely electric. So, yeah, we will wait and see what happens here. But the top 10 is about to start, and that is a good place to just mention our sponsor again, Velo Pro Racer, a new cycling game app, completely free to download. You can incorporate that with your cycling as well. So check that out. They've been supporting the channel, so why not help us by supporting them as well? Yeah, 6.3 kilometers to go here for Ben O'Connor, and we're getting Remco Evenepoel as well starting. Remco Evenepoel is starting in 1 minute and 30 seconds. So we're getting very close to the big boys now. Well, Remco Evenepoel is the biggest, not in stature, but certainly in riding capability and time trial pedigree. He's actually won 63 victories in his career already. He's another one of these riders who's going to get to 100. Jonas Vingegaard here. He's got his Danish flag on the helmet. Never been Danish national time trial champion. Never competed, I think, in the Danish national time trial championships, which I think is a great shame. But for the time being, we're seeing Primoz Roglic here. Primoz Roglic doing a good job. And we'll see what he can do here. Primoz Roglic, very good rider against the clock. As we said earlier, he is the man who's, yeah, he's the man who has, what are we saying, the most time trial Grand Tour stage victories as well. 27 kilometers still to go for him. Remco Evenepoel, the Olympic, national and world time trial champion, is starting momentarily. The world champion, the golden helmet, golden bike, finds himself in 9th place in GC. He desperately wants to get more, get further up here. So we'll wait and see what he can do here. But Remco Evenepoel, the man, the myth, the legend, and apparently a Cycling Dane fan as well. That was quite weird at the World Championships. Shouted the channel's name in front of me. But yeah, Remco Evenepoel, also a prolific YouTuber himself. So we'll see what he can. He's got a very interesting helmet, not completely blocked out visor here. So Remco Evenepoel is starting now. Let's see what Remco Evenepoel, very aggressive start here. He'll know the course very well. I think he came on a recon as well earlier this year. And what can Remco Evenepoel do here? Remco is such a prolific rider. Did win a stage in his first Tour de France last year, winning the time trial stage there, finished 3rd and winning the white jersey. Quite an impressive outing by him. What can he do here? Is he going to be able to do something here? Remco Evenepoel, the first time check is going to be interesting. That's going to be the point where we're like, okay, it's a battle now. Well, maybe not. It might be a very one-sided battle. There is no Ghana here. So sadly, no Ghana to kind of try and rival this. These two very different in stature, but they have been battling since the Yorkshire World Championships in the senior ranks where they were sharing the podium with Rowan Dennis. So, yeah, a very long history of time trial battles between the two of them. But Remco Evenepoel, 32.2 kilometers still to go here of the stage. Is he going to be... Yeah, well, it's only 1 kilometer, isn't it? So we have to wait a bit until we see him at the first time check. Matthias Jensen, we didn't get any sign of him at all. But Remco Evenepoel is our first and probably the favorite of this stage. Let's not forget. But we're seeing the name of Bukma, and that means one thing. That means Jonas Vingegaard's helmet is in shot. Is he going to be able to do something here? Jonas Vingegaard on this stage. He has won time trial stage in the past in the Tour de France. That, well, epic stage 16 in 2023. Joao Almeida, next rider to start, a former national time trial champion of Portugal. I'm not sure if he is still, because we know the kit is always quite bad for UAE team Emirates when it comes to national champions. But yeah, Joao Almeida, friend of the channel as well. He's been on the channel a few times. Very nice guy, and let's see what he can do. He's certainly going to be riding for his own aspirations, I think. I think they would be very happy to keep him up towards the front for as long as possible here. But we are going to wait and see where Remco stops the clock here on that first intermediate time check. Is he going to be able to do something here? Great to have almost 1,000 people in the chat. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel as it really helps. And of course, we have our Spotify podcast as well, so check that out for the recap later on, or the Cycling Day Extra. But right now we're seeing Primoz Roglic. He's still on course. What has he locked in the first time check? He came in 10th fastest on the first time check, so 10th fastest for Primoz Roglic. Next rider to start, we can't quite see anyone, and right now they've got 2 minutes between the riders, so it's not like it was before. 2 minutes between each other. So, yeah, we'll wait and see what's going to happen here on the stage. 30.7 kilometers for Remco Evenepoel, flying with that rainbow collar and golden helmet here, golden bike, everything's golden or all rainbow. And obviously he's also national champion, as we said earlier. So, yeah, this is going to be fascinating to see the battle between Remco Evenepoel, Tadej Pogacar, Mathieu van der Poel, and Jonas Vingegaard. I mean, the top 4 of this top 6 that people keep talking about, yeah, they're all out on course momentarily, and even Tadej Pogacar, Primoz Roglic as well. So there's a lot of riders here. Tadej Pogacar here in the polka dot jersey, getting ready, warming up. He's going to be on the course in about 10 minutes time. I think he has done his warm-up, let's be honest. I think he's just taking it easy now. But Remco Evenepoel racing around this course now. 30k to go for Remco. So Remco Evenepoel, is he going to be able to do it here? Yeah, I'm not quite sure. Well, yeah, you probably would back Remco Evenepoel for the win here. You probably would back him for the win. He is such a prolific rider when it comes to this. So for sure, he is the favorite. For sure. Like, there's nobody else. And we'll wait and see what's going to happen here. But yeah, it could be a very, very fast one here for Remco Evenepoel. He could absolutely just demolish the whole field. But yeah, we're seeing Tadej Pogacar, polka dot jersey, warming up here. What's he going to be able to do here? We're seeing Ben O'Connor coming towards the finishing line here. He's outside the time of Edoardo Affini, but I don't think anyone was expecting that. And he's ticking past a minute now, so he's going to be outside the top 10, I think. I think he's going to be outside the time of Maro Schmidt. It says he's 11th fastest, so not a bad time by him. 11th fastest, not a bad time. Yeah, not a bad time. So we'll wait and see what happens here, but yeah, a good time there. A good time by Ben O'Connor to kind of salvage that as well. So Ben O'Connor doing a good job here to salvage what could have been a very bad GC day for him. We're seeing Remco Evenepoel still, obviously, world champion. Obviously, we're going to see him. We'll see where he stops the clock as well. Such a phenomenal rider. And there's not really anyone that can challenge him in this field, we think. Maybe Tadej Pogacar can pull something out. But I think it will be It probably will be Remco Evenepoel's to lose this if nothing goes wrong. We have seen it go wrong a few times for him, but I don't think it's going to go wrong today. I think he's going to absolutely pulverize this field, and the time 37 minutes and 15 seconds, that is the time we need to look out for. That is the time of Edoardo Fini in terms of the finishing line. Our top 10, Edoardo Fini, Bruno Amarai, Ivan Romero, Luke Pablo Castillo, Tobias Foss, Nilsson Oliveira, Nils Pollitt, Raul Garcia, and Maro Schmidt. That is our top 10 currently. Kevin Vauclain is the next rider to start, the French home hero who took a stage yesterday. And we're seeing a Joao Almeida as well. Where can he stop the clock as well? Joao Almeida, a good TT rider, and potentially could do something here. He could maybe do something. Who knows? He's desperately fighting for his own GC chances as well. He was 4th last year, don't forget that. That was a very good result from UAE Team Moments. Absolutely bossing the GC. And who's going to be able to win this today? Is it going to be Remco Evenepoel to lose? 33% of you say it is going to be Tadej Pogacar finishing first here. So, yeah, that's interesting. But 67% of you saying he's not going to finish first. Vauclain is our next rider to start here, so he will be very fascinating to see what he can do here. Is he going to be able to do something here? Vauclain, he's a good TT rider. He has won TTs in the past. He could potentially get himself a bit further up in GC. Is Vauclain doing a GC? He's done very good in these first few stages, but obviously when the mountains comes, everything could change completely. Almeida, who's currently on course, he absolutely robbed him on the final Tour de Suisse stage because he, of course, took the Tour de Suisse home with him instead of going to Kevin Vauclain. So Vauclain could have ended that long drought that the French have winning a stage, but Vauclain is starting next here. So I think it's tomorrow where they're going to be passing his hometown. But Kevin Vauclain here, very popular figure in French cycling. White jersey is what he's wearing. And he's off the course now. So we'll see what he can do here. He's off the ramps. But we'll wait and see where he can finish. Maybe he can get a cheeky top 10 here. That would be very good for morale as well. He's been linked here, there, and everywhere as well. So he could be potentially one of the biggest transfer stories of this year's transfer window. But right now we're seeing Tadej Pogacar, Mathieu van der Poel, and I think this is Matteo Jorgensen. It is Matteo Jorgensen just talking here. So these two just doing their best. We've got 4 more riders. We've got Jorgensen, Vingegaard, and Tadej Pogacar still to start. But Remco Evenepoel, he has 25.8 kilometers left to set the fastest time if he is going to do it. The Olympic, world, and national champion here. The Belgian superstar. The man, the myth, the legend. There's so many super talents in the sport, in this field. And we'll wait and see what's going to happen here. But 25.6 kilometers. This is going to be a very, very interesting finish here. Remco Evenepoel powering through here in a very aerodynamic position here. But Tadej Pogacar is going to be coming up shortly. But the man wearing the jersey that he's won the most time in history out of anyone is Kevin Vauclain. And he's got inside the first kilometer of his ride. So we'll see if he's going to be able to do something here. We're getting ever closer to that first intermediate time check for Remco Evenepoel. And this is where we're going to see if he really rips it up. I can't see Skjelmose changing it. I don't think Skjelmose has changed it. So right now it's, I don't think Skjelmose has changed it here. But 24.9 kilometers still to go here. 24.9 kilometers. Are we going to see something here? Remco Evenepoel looking very aerodynamic, very poignant, very fast, as we said earlier. But is he going to get the fast time? No! Oh my goodness. Remco Evenepoel is not the fastest time. That is Luke Plapp. 2.5 seconds down on Luke Plapp's time. So Luke Plapp still has the fastest intermediate time there. Matthias Skjelmose Jensen was 43 seconds down in that first intermediate time check. We see Matteo Jorgensen. He gets up the road as well. But Remco Evenepoel is up though on Edoardo Fini's time. Something that snuck past the cameras as well was that Florian Lipovic recorded the 5th fastest time on the third intermediate time check. So Florian Lipovic is doing a very good TT. So there's a lot of things that happen here. There's a lot of things that can happen here on the stage. But great to have so many people in the chat. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And we are, of course, doing our recap race analysis after the stage as well on the Cycling Dane Extra, so look out for that. But yeah, right now it's looking very good here. It's looking very good for Remco Evenepoel compared to Edoardo Iafini. He might be doing kind of a, what do we call it? A negative split as well. That could be on the cards. But yeah, we will wait and see if Remco Evenepoel is going to maybe get the better of Luke Plapp in that second intermediate time check, because that's where Luke Plapp also has the fastest time, and there the second fastest rider there is Edoardo Fini, 4 seconds down. So Edoardo Fini was 7 seconds down in that first intermediate time check. So that would mean Remco was actually 5 or 4 seconds, if you round it up, quicker than Edoardo Fini. So we'll wait and see. But Primož Roglič here, he's coming through as well. 9th fastest on the second intermediate time check. So not lighting the timesheets are light, really. I don't think he's going to be inside the top 10 maybe by the end, if he doesn't pick up the speed. Next rider to start is the 2-time Tour de France champion from Denmark, from Jylland, the pride of Denmark, Jonas Vingegaard, starting now. What can he do here? Can he replicate what he did in 2023? It's a very flat stage here, so I don't think he will. But he's going to try and get as close to Remco Evenepoel and Tadej Pogacar as possible here. I think this is a damage limitation exercise here for the Dane. What can he do? Is he able to do something? Is he able to pull something out of the bag here? He's got a very slim figure. Many people wondering how he can get so much power out being so skinny. But he's absolutely phenomenal on the time trial bike. Yeah, what are we saying here? Will Pogacar catch Vingegaard? And we all know what this means as well. We've seen the green jersey. We've seen the World Champions jersey. We're about to see the polka dot jersey. We've seen the white jersey as well. He's on course now. But we're about to see the polka dot jersey followed by the yellow jersey as well. So there's a very interesting atmosphere now as we're going to see the top 2 riders in the Tour de France so far over the first 4 days. And yeah, this will be very interesting to say the least, what's going to happen. So who's going to be winning this stage? 24 kilometers still to go here of the stage. Jonas Vingegaard still powering on here. We'll see what he can do here. That first time check is going to be very interesting for Jonas Vingegaard, how they play it as well. Valverde, wow. Joao Almeida. How did Valverde sneak into my head? Joao Almeida on the first time check was 36 seconds down on Remco Evenepoel. Former teammates, of course. But yeah, Jonas Vingegaard is doing a great bit of riding here. But Tadej Pogacar is our next rider to start. Tadej Pogacar is the next rider. He's looking a bit nervous. What can he do here? The world road champion here. Is he going to be able to add another stage? He took career win number 100 yesterday. He took his 18th stage of the Tour de France. But can he take another one here? He's no stranger to winning time trials in the Tour de France. He won one in 2021. He also won the one in 2020 and 2024 in Nice. So Tadej Pogacar is no stranger to winning on the time trial bike in the Tour de France. But is this one too hard for him to win, or too flat for him to win? Not too hard, obviously. So Remco Evenepoel, he's going to be making his way close to that second time check as well. Will he be able to get the better of Mathias Jensen? Is he going to catch the Dane? There's 2 Scandinavians in front of him. There's also Tobias Haller Johannessen in front of him. So potentially we can see 2 Scandinavians get caught by Remco Evenepoel. But Remco Evenepoel's got 20.4 kilometers still to go here of the stage. 20.4 kilometers for the Olympic road champion. Not road champion. Yeah, no, that's true. And time trial champion and world time trial champion and national time trial champion. So 15 minutes into his ride, he's got about 22 minutes to get to the finishing line. 37 minutes and 15 seconds. That is the time he needs to beat by Edoardo Fini, the European champion versus the world champion and Olympic champion. And the defending Tour de France champion is also on the course now. We're waiting for one man, the myth, the legend, the Flying Dutchman, the pride of the Netherlands, the world cyclocross champion. What more accolades can we throw at this man? Mathieu van der Poel wearing the yellow jersey Is this going to be the last day we see him in the yellow jersey in this year's Tour de France? He has a lot to try and achieve this year because there is no Jasper Philipsen within their team anymore. So he is probably going to be their main source for the headlines here. But yeah, Mathieu van der Poel starts and that's it. Now we've got all the riders have set off now. All the riders have set off. So this will be a very fascinating duel now between those top 4 riders. Yeah, Mathieu van der Poel, such a king of cycling, such an impressive rider. And yes, of course, I am talking in very hyperbolic terms here because he's a very good rider. Yeah, we're seeing Jonas Vingegaard going very fast as well. No riders seem to have had any problems here. So no riders that we've seen so far have had any problems. The only one I suspect is Luke Plapp, maybe. But I don't know. Riders coming up to the finish line as well. Florian Lipovic on the 3rd time check was 5th again. So he fell down a bit. So he was... No, wait. He was 5th on that one. He moved up from the 2nd time check where he was 7th. Remco Evenepoel has 18.4 kilometers still to go here. 18.4. And yeah, Remco Evenepoel, where is he going to be on that 2nd time check as well? That's coming up very shortly. He's going to catch Mathias Skjelmose Jensen here. I think that's going to happen. Mathias Skjelmose Jensen is going to be caught. So yeah, Tadej Pogacar, yeah, he has no deficit to make up if he can do it. But Remco Evenepoel, he has 58 seconds to make up if he's going to be able to take that jersey away from Mathieu van der Poel and Tadej Pogacar. So we'll wait and see. But right now it is looking very fascinating. We're getting Florian Lipovic coming towards the finishing line here. The German has been going very fast here, and I think he's going to be well inside the top 5. 3rd fastest time here from Florian Lipovic. What a ride. Chapeau. What a ride from Florian Lipovic. So Florian Lipovic could maybe be the best time trialist from Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe. Wow. Absolutely wow. So that's a really good result from him. Remco Evenepoel here, 17.4 kilometers. He's getting ever closer to that intermediate time check. Skjelmose, what did he do? I mean, that 2nd time check, Tobias Halle Johannessen, he was 38th, 1 minute and 46 seconds down. So, yeah, this is not looking good for the Scandinavians. I think they are going to be caught by the world and Olympic time trial champion. So, yeah, Skjelmose Jensen, I think he might get caught by Remco Evenepoel. Depends on his time here. I'm just seeing what time he got on the 2nd intermediate time check. He's not in the top 20. So, yeah, Remco Evenepoel coming through as well. What time has he got here? We'll see what he can do. It's saying that he's 8 seconds down here. 8 seconds down on Luke Plapp. 8 seconds down on Luke Plapp. So he didn't get the fastest time there either. And he's down now on Edoardo Affini. So Remco Evenepoel finds himself chasing Edoardo Affini and Luke Plapp here. So yeah, Remco Evenepoel not the fastest time. So yeah, 4 seconds down. He drops 8 seconds on Edoardo Affini. So bit of a tear up here. So not guaranteed this win. Not guaranteed. We will, yeah. Is Remco Evenepoel going to win this now? Yeah. Who knows? Who knows? Question mark, question mark. Kevin Vauclain here. He's pushing on in that white jersey. Will Remco win the stage? Kevin Vauclain will see what he can do as well. On the 1st intermediate time check, he got 6th fastest, so a good time there. 16 seconds down on Luke Plapp. So, yeah, looking very interesting here. But Jonas Vingegaard, he's coming up towards that time check. His teammate, Matteo Jorgensen, he's crossed that line as well. So we'll see. Yeah, we'll see what he can do. But right now, it's looking very interesting with the riders here. And yeah, I'll get you a screenshot of the top finishes as well. So the top 10 finishes for the time being, we'll get that on screen. But yeah, Jonas Vingegaard doing very well here. Tadej Pogacar doing very well. There is a lot of eyes on all of these guys. Obviously, they're all going to try and get the best time possible. But I think Mathieu van der Poel, we're getting a team radio as well. I want you to find a good rhythm and then just put your head down and you push it. I mean, yeah, I mean, isn't that what he's being paid a lot of money to do? I think he knows how to ride a time trial. Was that me being a bit too cynical? I don't know what message you want to hear when you're in a time trial. Maybe just push, 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 or like, you're doing very well, you're super strong, all these things. But Tadej Pogacar here, he's doing a very good ride. 27.3 kilometers here. Where's he going to stop the clock here? Well, we're waiting for those intermediate time checks. Joe Blackmore here, atrocious time from him, unfortunately. 100th on that third intermediate time check. So I don't know if Joe Blackmore's had a problem. Mathieu 14th on that first time check. Roglic on that penultimate time check, 8th. And Remco Evenepoel 3rd, like we said earlier. That is a big, big shock here. I thought he would be absolutely demolishing all these time checks. So, yeah, opportunity maybe for Vingegaard or Tadej Pogacar here. But Remco Evenepoel, he's going to be catching whatever happens. Mathias Jensen, I think. Maybe not Tobias Johannesson, but I think he might be catching it here. But right now, it's looking interesting here for that stage win. It's looking a bit more open than we were thinking. And we were saying earlier that it's not good to bet on cycling. And right now, I think this is really a testament to that as well. Jonas Vingegaard, where's he going to stop the clock here? I think he's outside the time. The time was 9 minutes 40 for Luke Plapp. So I think Jonas Vingegaard is actually quite far down here if he hasn't passed it. So I can't see the time stop here. Felix Gall, he finished 25th fastest provisionally. But Jonas Vingegaard here, 24.6 kilometers. I'm not sure that he's actually stopped the intermediate time check here. Mathieu van der Poel, what can he do here? Mathieu, you just need to pretend that this is a cyclocross race and this is the last 30 minutes of the race and just go absolutely crazy. But I don't think Mathieu van der Poel is defending that jersey. Unfortunately, I think Tadej Pogacar is going to take that off him. So we'll wait and see what's going to happen here. Jonas Vingegaard came through here, 22 seconds down, 7th fastest. So yeah, a bit of a time loss for him to Remco Evenepoel. But Mathieu van der Poel, he's looking interesting. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see when first time check. That will give us a very good indication of where he is. But right now, 27.4 kilometers for Mathieu van der Poel. With that yellow jersey. Is this going to be the last day for him in that yellow jersey for this year's Tour de France? Potentially. We're seeing Santiago Buitrago coming towards the finish here. He's over a minute and 30 seconds down, but that's probably not too bad by him. So probably a good time trial by his standards. He's not the best TT rider in the world, so for a Colombian climber, I think he would take that. Santiago Buitrago battling to be in the top 10 once more in this year's Tour de France. Or, well, in a Tour de France again like he was last year. 24.8 kilometers still to go here for Tadej Pogacar as well. We'll see him where he finishes. Is he going to absolutely blitz this? I don't think so. I think he's going to be outside the time of Luke Plapp as well. Maybe it is a bit too flat for these guys. Remco Evenepoel hasn't caught Mathias Jensen yet, so it's still in the balance for him being caught by his minute and a half man, or 2 minute man here. 11.7 kilometers still to go for Remco Evenepoel. Will he know that he's down? Will he know for sure? He needs to push a bit more. It's saying that he's 1 second up virtually. So he's coming up to that last time check as well. So we'll see where he slots in there. But Remco Evenepoel, the world Olympic time trial champion, he's doing everything he can to pull this out of the bag. What can he do here? Edoardo Affini is looking nervous here, I think. This is going to be closer than we potentially thought between these two. Are we going to see Remco managing to unseat Edoardo Affini, who's been sitting there for a long time today? And it could be a very, very interesting battle here. Quick shout out as well. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We've got more streams and content on the channel and the Cycling Dane Extra as well with the podcast later today. But Jonas Vingegaard, we're seeing him 22.2 kilometers still to go here of the race. Is he going to be able to do anything? 22 seconds down on that first check. And he has, of course, got 2 more checks before the finishing line. But Jonas Vingegaard, that slippery Dane, and with that very iconic helmet now, but he has the Danish flag. He says the best place to race is in Denmark, and yeah, he's doing very well here, Jonas Vingegaard. Will he be able to match Tadej Pogacar? Tadej Pogacar's time, we skipped that, 3 seconds. Tadej Pogacar, didn't mention that, sorry guys. Tadej Pogacar only 3 seconds down on Luke Plapp, so almost matching Remco Evenepoel as well. So Mathieu Evenepoel, I think that jersey is absolutely gonzo. It's absolutely gone. I don't think he's going to be getting that, but yeah, their jersey is definitely going to be going to Slovenia. I think it's not going to be going to Belgium. And yeah, this is a close battle now for that win. I think it could be very close who's going to win this. Are we going to see Remco Evenepoel winning this jersey, his second Tour de France stage, or are we going to see Tadej Pogacar winning his 18th or 19th Tour de France stage, or Edoardo Fini winning his very first Grand Tour stage? That would be very impressive if he can. But Jonas Vingegaard, he's just plowing through the fields of France in Normandy. And what is he going to be able to pull out of the bag here? He's such a good rider, as we know. Yeah, arguably the second best rider in the world. Arguably the best climber to some people, including Tadej Pogacar. But well, his climbing is definitely going to be tested this year for sure. 9.3 kilometers to go here for Remco Evenepoel. He's absolutely speeding up the course. He has 10 minutes to get those 9.2 kilometers done here. 10 minutes, and then it is over to Edoardo Fini, because Edoardo Fini, 37 minutes and 15 seconds. That is the time clocked on the board here. So we'll wait and see if he's going to be able to do something here. But Kevin Vauclain coming in towards the finish as well. Oh no, second time check and 9th fastest here. So Kevin Vauclain just dropping a bit of time compared to his first intermediate time check here, the white jersey wearer. And we're also going to get Remco Evenepoel soon crossing the third intermediate time check. I think he's about to make the catch on Mathieu Jensen. So yeah, it's a very tense time here for the riders. Who's going to be the man to win this? 8.5 kilometers for Remco Evenepoel. Still, if he's going to be able to win this. Yeah, this is looking very interesting now. 11 kilometers, they're saying that he's leading. It's saying that he's got 20 seconds on Jonas Vingegaard. Are they going to tell him Tadej Pogacar's time as well? Because that one's a bit more worrying. He really needs to push on here if he's going to be able to hold this. But 8 kilometers is all that's left for Remco Evenepoel here. 8 kilometers. Has he just sped up here? Did he do a negative split? But Remco Evenepoel doing a good job here to make sure that he's finding himself to maybe getting a second stage win. Remco Evenepoel gets the fastest time on the third time check here. So he's 11 seconds up on Edoardo Fini. 11 seconds up. And yeah, Bruno Amarai third right now in that intermediate sprint. But Tadej Pogacar here, he's the next man to watch out for as well. 20.5 kilometers down. What's he going to be able to do here? But Remco Evenepoel, has he timed this negative split to perfection? Down on the first two ones, but up when it matters. Tadej Pogacar versus Remco Evenepoel. It's going to be close this. It's going to be very close. I don't think Remco Evenepoel has overtaken Skilmose yet. But Kevin Vauclain, as we said, Skilmose 13th fastest on that time check. So he's not doing a bad ride, Skilmose. But it's just Remco Evenepoel is doing a phenomenal job here. The Aero Bullet absolutely ripping it up right now. So absolutely ripping it up. And yeah, 20 kilometers still to go here on the stage. 20 kilometers left on the stage for Tadej Pogacar here. We're wearing that polka dot jersey. Took an iconic win yesterday. 100th career victory. Incredible stuff. And right now we're seeing Matteo Jorgensen, Luke Plapp up here as well. Or in the standings. He's not on the road anymore. I think he's relaxing. He's just chilling out in the hotel maybe. But Primož Roglič coming towards the finish now. Primož Roglič not going to be a better time than his teammate of Florian Lipovic, so he gains time there. Primož Roglič has lost time to his teammate of Florian Lipovic. But a quick shout out to our sponsor, Velo Pro Racer. Free cycling game to download. And yeah, they're sponsoring the channel, so why not help them out as well? They're going to be with us for most of the tour. But right now we're seeing Remco Evenepoel absolutely ripping it up. According to the time check that we're seeing, are we seeing Remco Evenepoel on the verge of a second stage win here in his Tour de France career? We'll wait and see where very keen to see where Jonas Vingegaard and Tadej Pogacar are going to be when they come into this second time check. Oscar Onley's somewhere in there as well. But right now it's looking very good. Remco Evenepoel absolutely flying, as Carousel Vertigo says as well. Are we going to see a stage win here from Remco? Is it going to be the second stage win for Soudal Quickstep this year? They had a win with their man, Tom Merlier, and it looks like they might get another win here with their other man of, Remco Evenepoel. If you haven't already as well, smash the subscribe button as we get confirmation here that Tadej Pogacar is only 10 seconds down on Remco Evenepoel here. So 10 seconds down is what we're getting. 10 seconds, and Jonas Vingegaard is struggling here. Jonas Vingegaard is struggling. So any Danish fans, avert your gauge, because Jonas Vingegaard is 50 seconds down. 50 seconds down. So not good reading if you're Danish and a Jonas Vingegaard fan. But it'll be a bit of rethink here from the Visma Lease a Bike team. It's saying that he's 41 seconds down on Remco Evenepoel. Obviously that time was referring to Luke Platt, but still that is quite a bit of time to lose here for Jonas Vingegaard. Not inside the top 10 either. 12th place, so that was not good. Not good at all. Bit of a shock for Visma Lease a Bike and everyone, but it's a very flat time trial, let's be honest. So it's not the Dauphiné time trial here. So we'll wait and see what's going to happen here, but it is looking very interesting. The head-to-head between Tadej Pogacar and Remco Evenepoel, that is a head-to-head that we have to talk about as well. I'll make sure to get the time trial head-to-head for you on screen. It's courtesy of Pro Cycling Stats, so yeah, very good stat there. But 3.9 kilometers for Remco Evenepoel still to go here. 3.9 kilometers still to go for Remco Evenepoel. Welcome to all our new subscribers today as well. We're just going to see the head-to-head between these two giants of the sport. So Tadej Pogacar looking very good here. He's 18 seconds down in that second time check here. 20 seconds down. 6th fastest time in the second intermediate time check. And it's looking very good for Tadej Pogacar here. Tadej Pogacar is doing a solid time here. So recouping that, that lack of faith that some people had in him after that Dauphiné whoopsie. I still maintain that it probably wasn't, it probably wasn't real. It probably was a bit of a whoopsie. So, because he dominated the rest of the Dauphiné, let's not forget. Yes, I will get a haircut. Don't worry, guys. There's been a haircut comments, but 16 kilometers still to go here for Tadej Pogacar here. He's very, very solid, as we know. Very solid rider. And Kevin Vauclain as well. 10.8 kilometers left for the white jersey. He's hoping that he can gain some time on some of the other riders in that top 10. He'll definitely want to try and do something here if he can. The best for the French riders right now. And there's a lot of hope on him. He's a very strong rider, linked with here, there, and everywhere. Ineos Grenadiers, Red Bull. But we'll wait and see what he's going to do here. But for the time being, 14.4 kilometers. Jonas Vingegaard absolutely driving this pace now. And is he going to be able to limit that damage that we've seen so far? It's very, very interesting, this. Are we going to see a stage victory from Remco Evenepoel here? It's 50-50 the poll. So many of you have gotten involved in the poll. Great to have 600 people in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from as well. It is a very interesting one. 1.9 kilometers, 1.8 kilometers. Remco Evenepoel is well up here, they're saying, on Edoardo Effini. So Remco Evenepoel absolutely playing a blinder here. He's got a lot of things left here. And we'll wait and see if he's going to be absolutely destroying that benchmark set by Edoardo Effini of Visma Lease a Bike. Effini hoped that with no Ghana that he would be the top dog, but yeah, it doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like it. Jonas Vingegaard is definitely struggling here. And we've got Remco Evenepoel, 1.4 kilometers. He's absolutely motoring it through all these corners, taking it like a Formula 1 driver here. Remco Evenepoel seeing the beautiful castle as well, or the beautiful cathedral in the background. But the Olympic world time trial champion and national champion of Belgium is looking like a second Tour de France stage win might just be on the cards here. Remco Evenepoel under the Flamme Rouge here, speeding through the corners. Mathieu van der Poel, we haven't even spoken about him. He's just trying to get up to the second intermediate time check. He's 1 minute down on Luke Plapp here. So I think Mathieu van der Poel's days in the yellow jersey is well and truly over here. So anything can happen here on the stage, as we said. But right now it's looking like that anything is going to be Remco Evenepoel taking the stage win. Who's going to be winning the stage? That is the big question here. Are we going to see Remco winning this? He's darting up. He's got 500 meters. The time he needs to outdo is 37 minutes and 15 seconds. He's got 1 minute to get to the line here. Remco Evenepoel absolutely just blasting towards the finish line here. Is he going to be able to do it? Remco Evenepoel, he's well inside the time of Edoardo Fini. He's not letting up at all here. He knows every second counts here. This is his terrain. He can gain seconds on Pogacar and Vingegaard here. He's doing everything he can. Unfortunately, Edoardo Fini knows his day in the hot seat is over. And bang! Bang, bang, bang. 33 seconds quicker, 54 kilometers an hour average. Remco Evenepoel, the rainbow stripes and golden helmet have done what we know he does best. Number one in a time trial. The absolutely elite world champion right now. The best rider when it comes to a time trial bike. Absolutely just ripping it up here. Doing what he does best and taking time on Edoardo Fini. European versus world champion. And it was the world champion who came up on top. Edoardo Fini shows his class by just capping his hat to Remco Evenepoel. And I think Edoardo Fini, maybe he can scrape a top 3 here. Maybe he can just scrape a top 3. But commiserations to Edoardo Fini. It could have been his first Tour de France stage win, his first Grand Tour win. But Remco Evenepoel said no. Tadej Pogacar is doing a good time as well. It's saying he's 13 seconds down here. So if that's true, then we're going to get Tadej Pogacar in second place here. So that would be an extremely good time from Tadej Pogacar. So we'll wait and see here. But Tadej Pogacar looks like he's just increasing the pace ever more here. He's very interested in what's going to happen here. Is he potentially going to be taking a stage win tomorrow? He's already opened his account for today, or for this year. 18 victories already. And we'll wait and see if he's going to be able to do it once more. But Tadej Pogacar in the polka dot jersey here, 24 minutes. He's got about 13 minutes to get to the line, 11.7 kilometers. And we also have the white jersey of Kevin Vauquelin in there as well. He's got 6.7 kilometers left. And it's looking very pretty now. It's looking very pretty for many of these riders. Oscar Onley and João Almeida, the two next riders who finished. Almeida, has he been lighting the score sheets up? Neither has Oscar Onley really. So the GC is going to be quite interesting to see what happens there. This is going to be quite a good one. What is going to happen here on the stage? The recap race analysis coming on Cycling Day Extra channel later tonight, so be sure to check that out as well with Patrick Blake. And we got the preview after the stage as well for tomorrow's stage. So a lot of things still to come here. But Mathieu van der Poel, he's got about 13 minutes. If he's going to be able to defend that lead. Is he going to be able to defend that lead? Who knows really. But it's getting into the thick of it now. So are we going to get a stage win from any of these riders who are still on course here? Remco Evenepoel in the hot seat now. So let's see what happens. But shout out to our sponsor as well, Velo Pro Racer, as we see João Almeida coming in. Velo Pro Racer, new cycling game, free to download and supporting the channel. So why not help them out as well? But right now, Almeida is coming towards the finish. He's trying to gun for a top 10 position here. Is he going to get inside the top 10? Yes, he is. 1 minute and 14 seconds down on his previous teammate of Remco Evenepoel here. So João Almeida doing a good job here. João Almeida doing a very good job. And his GC is alive as well. But are we saying that the Tour de France is over in the chat? Should we have a poll about that? Because only 55% of you said Remco Evenepoel was going to win it. But Jonas Vingegaard, it's saying that he's 1 minute and 5 seconds down here. 1 minute and 5 seconds down here. Is the GC over now? Yes or no? But we'll see what happens here. 8.9 kilometers still to go. agree, John Kelly. We should have a penny farthing time trial on the final stage. That would be epic. So are we going to see a stage win today from Remco Evenepoel? He could get his second stage win of his young Tour de France career. And could also see a stage win for Tadej Pogacar, obviously, because he's still looking quite active. He's still vying to get a stage win here, despite already having a stage win yesterday. His thirst is very large, and he wants to quench it with more stage wins. But 9.3 kilometers left for the polka dot jersey and the 3-time Tour de France winner. Is he going to be able to do it here? Yeah, he's got 3-time, 4-time. No, wait. 3-time. Yeah, 4 maybe now after this. But 9 kilometers to go for him. 9 kilometers. He's very aerodynamic, as we know. On that Colnago here, he's 17 seconds is what they're saying. So Remco Evenepoel hasn't done enough here. He's not done enough to get that yellow jersey here. So the yellow jersey will be out of the question. It's not going to be coming to Belgium here. So Remco Evenepoel wearing that yellow jersey, we thought maybe in the prediction video that he could do it. But yeah, it's just not happened here after some bad moments in the first weeks here. In the first week, shall I say, Jonas Vingegaard here is hemorrhaging time here. And that is very alarming. Very alarming for any fans of Jonas or for Visma Leasebike. Tadej Pogacar showing how explosive, how all-round he is as well. But Kevin Vauclain, I think, is going to be catching Enric Mas here. So Enric Mas has been caught. So he's caught his 2-minute man. So that's a good ride there by, very good ride by Kevin Vauclain. But yeah, wow. Catching your 2-minute man with 2.9 kilometers to go here. But Kevin Vauclain, we'll see what he can do here later, deeper into the race. But Mathieu Van Der Poel, this is just going to be a lap of honor to some extent. Nowhere near that of Tadej Pogacar. And Mathieu Van Der Poel is out of the GC. He won't be doing that. He'll be switching his focus to getting stages once again. And maybe he can leave this Tour de France for the first time with more than just one stage win. We'll wait and see. But yeah, right now Mathieu Van Der Poel is just making his way around the few last kilometers of this course here. But yeah, Tadej Pogacar, polka dot jersey, absolutely racing around this course. 7.4 kilometers to go here. Are we going to see a stage win from Tadej Pogacar? Right now, you guys are saying it's not over yet. It's not over. So good to have optimism as well. So not all of you, but there's a fair chunk of you that think that the Tour de France is over today. I think it might be over in the first mountain stage, potentially. 7.2 kilometers still to go here for Tadej Pogacar. Absolutely just ripping it up, getting more and more of an advantage here. Absolutely incredible here, riding by Tadej Pogacar. Any surface and he'll do well. But yeah, we'll see where Jonas is, because outside the top 10 on one of those intermediate sprints, intermediate time checks, was absolutely crazy. But yeah, Roglic, we didn't catch that as well. 7th fastest. Actually, we did. We talked about it. Aurélien Pannenpantre getting 17th. Oscar Only getting 19th on the penultimate time check. Skilmose 13th on the penultimate time check as well. But the next rider to finish is Vauclain. Then we got Enric Mas. Then we've got Matteo Jorgensen, Jonas Vingegaard. And Tadej Pogacar could maybe catch Jonas. There's a slim chance here. It might actually happen. Yeah, so Jonas Vingegaard here just doing everything he can. He's got 5.2 kilometers still to go here. This could be an interesting one, to say the least. Yeah, Jonas doing everything. He's inside the last 5 kilometers now. What can he do here? What can he do? Are we going to see a stage win from Jonas Vingegaard today? Certainly not. But there will have to be some rethinking within the Visma Leasebike team. This is not what they were anticipating, I think, after the Dauphiné. I think they might thought they could have taken time on Tadej. But yeah, he was definitely bluffing after this. Kevin Vauclain coming in towards the finish. He's going to be outside the time of Edoardo Ifini. So it's going to be, yeah, I think he's going to be around top 10 here for sure. It's going to be a good time here. So he did recover after a few testing moments for him. But Kevin Vauclain stops it in 37 minutes and 31 seconds. So a good ride by him, absolutely good ride, and we'll see what he can do deeper into this race as well. Where is he? He's going to be, they haven't refreshed the page, so yeah, good ride by him. Vauclain, he is fourth fastest. Not the best French rider, that goes to Bruno Marais in third place, but a good ride nonetheless from Kevin Vauclain. He definitely defends his position in the GC, so we'll wait and see what that does to the GC as well. So yeah, it's a very interesting one, isn't it? It's very, very interesting. We'll see what happens here. But yeah, this is a very, very fast time trial, as we said. 54 kilometers an hour is what Tadej Pogacar. Oh no, Remco Evenepoel clocked in, so everyone else is going to be lower than that, we think. I don't think they're going to be faster than Remco. I think it's done. I think Remco's won this stage. His second time trial win at the Tour de France, potentially. Because Pogacar has 4.2 kilometers left here. 18 seconds in that penultimate check. So 18 seconds between Remco and Tadej Pogacar. We'll see if Tadej fades more here towards the finish, but he's got 4 kilometers to go here. 4 kilometers to go for Tadej Pogacar, and just outside the time of Remco Evenepoel here. So we'll see where Jonas Vingegaard is as well. He was, in that penultimate time check, 1 minute and 5 seconds down. So, yeah, Tadej is going to be gaining about a minute, almost a minute on Jonas, they're saying here on the time check. So, yeah, that is worrying times for Visma Lease Bike here. 6.6 kilometers still to go here for Mathieu van der Poel, our last rider on the course. We'll see what he can do here. And yeah, this is interesting here. 6.4 kilometers. Mathieu van der Poel, Remco Evenepoel warming down. He knows it's probably in the bag here. 3.4 kilometers still for Tadej Pogacar. Remco, he knows that this stage is probably in the bag. The second stage win for Soudal Quickstep this year. His second stage win at the Tour de France. But a lot of Danish flags here towards the 2 kilometer mark. Jonas definitely needs it, because he's losing big time here on on Pogacar. But yeah, Tadej Pogacar has absolutely taken a chunk out of his key rival of Vingegaard here. So Vingegaard, this is a worrying time here. But Mathieu van der Poel struggling to keep that yellow jersey. I don't think it's happening. I think it's gone. Sorry, Mathieu. But a good stint for him, at least. But right now, Jonas Vingegaard, 1.6 kilometers to go here. Tadej Pogacar is going to be our new yellow jersey wearer. We're going to have UAE in control. 1.5 kilometers to go here for Jonas Vingegaard. We're going to have Tadej Pogacar very quickly after. And Matteo Jorgensen manages to clock a time of 1 minute 19 seconds slower. So 10th fastest provisionally. But Jonas Vingegaard is coming in towards the finish here. Jonas Vingegaard, what is he going to be able to do here? Just plowing on here, doing everything he can to eke out anything he can. It's not a good look here for them. They're absolutely struggling, Visma. And Tadej Pogacar here doing a great job to maximize his advantage on his Tour de France rivals. But he might be losing some time here to Remco Evenepoel, but he won't mind that, because Remco Evenepoel is a few seconds down and he knows he's got the better of Remco when it comes to the mountains. But 1.6 kilometers, 1.5 kilometers left here. And Tadej Pogacar is not very far away from Jonas. So Jonas is going to see Tadej Pogacar coming very quickly after he finishes. So yeah, very, very worrying. Jonas is riding to not be caught here. If there was only a minute between them, Jonas would have been caught. But Jonas is outside the 7th best time. 1 minute, it's already gone past. So Remco Evenepoel is gaining over a minute on Jonas Vingegaard. So absolutely jumping up the GC here for Remco Evenepoel. But yeah, right now it's looking very worrying for Jonas Vingegaard. 12th. That is not a good time. Not a good time there. But Jonas Vingegaard will have to kind of recover from this. I wonder what they're going to say in the post-race interviews as well. Enric Mas was almost 3 minutes down as well. So there are people having worse time trials. Tadej Pogacar almost just whacking into the barrier there, going a bit too hot into the barrier. 400 meters here. just did a bit of a jump there on the TT bike. Not sure what that was about. But Tadej Pogacar coming in towards the finish now. He's outside the time of Remco Evenepoel. So Remco Evenepoel has won the stage. Remco Evenepoel has won the stage. So confirmation there that Remco Evenepoel has won the stage. Yeah, absolutely incredible here. Incredible from Remco Evenepoel. Winning that stage. And yeah, chapeau to him. Chapeau to Remco Evenepoel. But for the time being, it's, yeah, very, very interesting battle going on. Is the Tour de France over? That is the question now. Obviously, it can flip completely. Don't forget about 2022, where we all thought it was over. But Remco Evenepoel in that rainbow jersey, he is very happy with his better half here. So, yeah, that is incredible. Remco Evenepoel, he knows it's in the bag now. He's got his friend of Mathieu is the last rider to come to challenge that. But Jonas Vingegaard, this is gonna hurt. This is a minute. He's not getting back easily. And yeah, this is not good. Not good at all. But great to have so many people in the chat. Shout out to our sponsors as well. One last shout out for Velo Pro Racer. Do check them out online app. And thank you, Paddy Dunn, as well, for a bit of coffee money. But Mathieu Van Der Poel's got 2.2 kilometers still to go here. 2.2 kilometers left for him. We'll wait and see what he can do here. But Mathieu Van Der Poel is doing everything he's got, putting everything he's got left in the tank here. But he's going to be outside the time of Remco Evenepoel here. So it's not going to happen for him. It's not going to happen. But yeah, are we going to get a stage win again from Remco Evenepoel in this year's Tour de France? That's a good question. There is another time trial, but I don't think that time trial favors him that well. So we'll wait and see what's going to happen here on the stage. Yeah, we know there's only one rider left. But yeah, the top 10, I don't think Mathieu Van Der Poel is going to get inside the top 10. So we might as well get you the top 10 as well. But yeah, what a time trial here by Remco Evenepoel. Putting a lot of time into everybody. And yeah, some good results by many of these teams as well to be up there. But Mathieu Van Der Poel, let's pay him the respect as well. Absolutely incredible ride by Mathieu Van Der Poel. Getting that yellow jersey again, that takes some beating as well. And yeah, we'll see what he can do later on in the race. Hopefully we see Mathieu Van Der Poel winning another stage. He's never done that in a Grand Tour, and maybe this will be the Grand Tour. But yeah, let's just see the top 10 as well. Well, we'll wait. Let's respect the man, the myth, the legend. But Mathieu Van Der Poel, 800 meters until his last few pedal strokes around this course here. This is looking very interesting here. Will he be able to do anything later on in the race? That remains to be seen. And yeah, this is a very, very interesting yellow jersey battle now. Has Tadej Pogacar just won it completely? That is the big question. Mathieu Van Der Poel coming in over the line. And yeah, I've got Patrick Blake waiting on me as well for the recap race analysis. So as soon as Mathieu Van Der Poel, as soon as Mathieu Van Der Poel finishes, I'm going to start the recap and then I'll come back to you guys. But Mathieu Van Der Poel coming across the line here. Yeah, 1 minute 33 seconds down. Yeah, he's going to be outside top 10, Mathieu Van Der Poel. So Mathieu Van Der Poel, let's see what he's going to do here. 1 minute and 42, he waves to the crowd. And that was quite amazing. But yeah, I'll start the race recap analysis with Patrick Blake. And if you do watch it on the extra channel later on, this will be quite funny for you. Hello everyone, and welcome to another video here on the Cycling Day in Extra channel. And as always, I'm joined by Patrick Blake as we continue our dissection through the Tour de France 2025. And this is the time trial, stage 5. And Patrick, what exactly happened? Now I'm back with you guys. So that was a bit of a funny moment. You'll see it later on the recap race analysis. Nevertheless, in terms of the top 5 or the top 10, Remco Evenepoel wins it with a time of 36 minutes, 42 seconds, blistering time of 54 seconds advantage, 54 kilometers an hour. Absolutely remarkable to say the least by him. And yeah, wow. That was such a dominant performance. His second win and a second win as world champion as well. So yeah, incredible. But yeah, check out our podcast as well. I'll go through the other ones as well. But just while I have your attention, please help us out with the podcast. Check that out. I'll put that in the link. We need more followers. That's what I'm trying to say. But anyway, Tadej Pogacar, second place, 16/17 seconds down, 53.5 kilometers an hour. Edoardo Fini, despite being in the lead for so long, he finishes third. Bruno Moraine, fourth place. Kevin Vauquelin as well. Yeah, good ride by him, the white jersey, to really keep his GC up there. You've got Florian Lipovitz, sixth place. That was the best ride from a German rider and also a Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe rider as well. And then you've got Ivan Romeo, the under-23 world time trial champion for Movistar. Good place for him as well. Seventh place. And Joao Almeida getting in there with an eighth place. And Luke Plapp in ninth place. And another Spanish rider of Pablo Castrillo. Let's see if we can get the GC as well. Let's see. Pro Cycling Stats have done the sums. I think they have done the sums. But yeah, I think it's crashing. So we have actually got the GC, so I'll just try and get the GC for us as well, because yeah, we can't leave this without seeing the top 10, what's changed. So yeah, let's get to, of course, we're doing the stage tomorrow as well, so I hope to see you all there as well. But yeah, big twist in what maybe some Visma Lead Spike fans thought. So Tadej Pogacar leads the Tour de France again, wearing the yellow jersey for the 41st day tomorrow. So that is very impressive. Remco Evenepoel, 42 seconds down. He moves up into second place. So what could have been if he hadn't had all that bad luck the first day. Kevin Vauquelin up into third place, leapfrogging Jonas Vingegaard. Mathieu, his teammate, fifth place. Mathieu Van der Poel into sixth place. Joao Almeida, seventh place. Eighth place for Primož Roglic. Ninth place for Florian Lipovitz and Matthias Skelmose in 10th place. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Anyways, with that, I think that's basically it for our stream today. Make sure to hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Of course, we're going to do a funny hairstyle when we hit 100,000 subscribers. Do you want it like rat tails? Do you want like a mohawk? Who knows? But make it happen, guys. It would be very funny. But anyways, with that, the Cycling Day Extra channel is the next one to check out. And I'll head back to the recap race analysis, which is available on the podcast. So check that out as well. And a big shout out to veloproracer.com, our channel sponsors as well for these streams. So with that, thank you very much to every single one of you. And I'll leave you on a video in the chat if you want to see an interesting video from the channel. Because while we have your attention, we might as well get you to watch something. We can do one of the funny Tadej Pogacar videos that we've done over the last few weeks. But yeah, it's been a blast today, guys. Thank you to every single one of you who tuned in, and every single one of you who subscribed and hit the like button. And so, yeah, I will see you all tomorrow, and